get out of it and you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's amazing what you can do with like no oversight. Because if you're in the middle of nowhere, you're not going to affect anyone. If you burn down your barn, no one's affected.
Yeah,
If you're in
true.
Chicago, you can set a whole block
right?
on fire.
Yep.
Yeah, so it makes sense to have rules. I don't even know how we got me ranting. It's your podcast episode. I'm talking about me. Why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do and why we're even talking about music?
Do I look in the camera? How does this
You
work?
can if you want. It's right there. You don't have to.
Anyways, Mary Rose Gonzales, also known as Beef. I'm a session drummer from Chicago. I'm currently playing with Beverage and the Drinks.
Yes.
And Open to Hire.
Open to Hire. How long have you been with Beverage?
See, I remember it was like legit right before the pandemic hit.
Early 2020?
Like 2021 was probably like my first show with them.
Okay.
It was like Ian's party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
In
so
January,
it's like,
between
it was
Sub
like
T,
the beginning of the year.
Chop Shop, yeah.
And
Double Door.
I think it was at Sub T actually.
Sub T. Because I know they would go between a few venues before the Double Door became a Yeti.
Yeah.
Classic music
It was
venue
like
turns
Chop
a Yeti.
Shop, like
Chop Shop, yeah.
and, like Sub
B
T.
Kitchen, maybe? I forget.
I think so.
Does that event still happen?
I'm not sure. I think like that
haven't
that
heard of
one
it
that
a
we
bit.
played was like the last of what we heard. I think. I don't know.
I feel like it turned into the Audio Tree one that like All Tomorrow's Party or something. Like that, I feel like that took the place of the Winter Festival in Chicago.
Might have. I mean, it's just so weird how the whole pandemic happened. I feel like we lost like a few years of our lives.
Oh,
because it's like everything is such a blur. Anything that happened, like right after 2019, I just like I have trouble remembering it to be honest. And I think like after 2019 is like where my drumming career sort of like picked up a little bit. I definitely was busier too because like I was juggling like 3 bands and then 2 bands and like I don't know how drummers do it. Like drummers are like in 6 bands and I'm like I can't.
You know how they
do
do
that.
it. They get really good at polyrhythms. They can do different patterns. It's a meta joke. If you can do a polyrhythm, you can balance multiple bands at the same time. No?
I guess I'm not
Bad
that
drummer
great.
joke?
Yeah.
It makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
If you can manage 2 patterns at the same time, you can manage 2 bands at the same time because there are
Yeah.
different patterns of existing.
Yeah.
But maybe that doesn't work.
I'm
It's
tired.
different.
I'm
It's
a
different.
tired human being. Like I was just like I don't even know how I managed to be like in 3 bands before.
It depends on what your role is. Not just like as a drummer, but like your role. Like, are you booking stuff? Are you doing a lot of reaching out?
Oh no, I'm definitely like in the sidelines. I feel like, well, that's not true. I was like my first band as a drummer. I was in Mystery Actions. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Mystery Actions?
Yeah, it's like an all-female lineup. We're all
Chicago-based
from Chicago.
band?
Mm-hmm.
Mystery. That sounds familiar. Maybe if I saw it, it sounds familiar. A lot of bands have come and gone.
We had
Mystery
a lot of
Actions.
bass players too.
Yeah. When were you a band? Like what era? What time?
2013. Sorry, I'm just like trying to think. I think 2013, and then we broke up in 2022. I think.
Oh wow, 9
Yeah.
years. Okay.
Yeah, and we had like 9 years, maybe 9 bass players too. Like every single year, we had like a new bass player. It was, like,
Why bass? What was going on with bass?
I don't know. It was
As a
just, like,
drummer, this could be your fault. Maybe you're the reson why there was 9
Probably.
bass
I am
the
a
drummer's
little picky.
responsible with bass.
I am a little picky, but honestly, it's like I don't know. We just like couldn't like keep one. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it really depends. Like we all started together, so I feel like it is like a tight niche. Like we were like sisters, you know. And it's just like when you have a nice outsider that come in. It's just like if you don't mesh well with them, especially musically, it's like hard to really move forward, you know? And then like, people are just like, I don't know, doing weird shit too. I guess, like, I don't know. It was, like, weird. I don't even want to talk shit because we had so many bass players. I just, like, feel like,
Weird. Can you give me? You don't have to say names. Just give me an example. What do you mean by weird shit?
like, okay, so, like, I feel like when you're on social media, especially if, like, you're a public figure or a musician or something, like, you really have to be careful with what you put out there, you know? And so when you, like, say specific things, it's just like whatever you say represents you as well as the band that you're representing. So it's just like that type of stuff, like social media stuff, or like, I can't even like really say. I
Just
guess
the
like
way that.
attitudes
Yeah.
too, like,
Yeah.
and I feel like some people think that we're like cliquey or something, which is not true. We're not cliquey at all. We're just a freaking band, and we're like, you know, all we want to do is just like play music. And I feel like some people play music or they're in a band for like the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And I feel like we got that from some people too. But the last two bassists that we have were like really freaking awesome. Basically, Sarah and Shauna, who started the band with us, were like the longest bass players we had, and a bass player, Liz. I can't even think about the other bass players we have, to be honest.
So many.
But yeah, I
And this
mean,
was all a woman band?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. But I don't know. Now I'm just like talking out of my ass for some reason because I'm just like, God, I'm like, yeah, we went through a lot of bass players. Maybe I'm picky too because I am part of the rhythm section, but I mean, like, yeah, when you're in a band or you're coming into a band, like, you really do have to contribute and just have, like, respect for each other. And that's, like, major in any band. Like, that's, like, my number one rule is that you have to be able to contribute and, like, communicate. Like, it's so important. If you can't do any of that stuff or you're hiding shit or you're not being honest, it's just, like, why are you going to break that? It's going to be awkward moving forward.
It's just like a relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
I always say being a band's being in a relationship without sex. It's like all the same. It's all the same stuff, but the
much,
fun
yeah.
part.
Playing music is
kidding.
the sex part.
Yeah,
that's pretty
that's-
much it is. Like,
Wow.
yeah, playing music is sex.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it is.
I think I needed someone else to say that for it to click because you get lost in it. You get like entranced
Sweaty?
in it.
You get sweaty.
You get hurt your fingers.
Yeah. You make weird faces, right?
I just realized what I was saying. You make weird faces.
Yeah, ugh.
Make weird sounds. You make like the stink face. Like
You breathe heavily.
You breathe heavily.
You like get adrenaline.
you get syncopated with
Yeah,
somebody.
exactly. And the
Wow.
audience, it's like you're in an orgy or something. When you think
Usually
about it,
there's not
right?
an audience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is. Yeah. I guess so. Without. It's a little different, but it is like being in a relationship with people. And when people have different intentions or they want a different outcome, maybe they're more superficial. Maybe they want all the glory without the work.
Yeah.
You know, there's tons of stuff. And I've been in a lot of bands myself. I'm currently in one. Now I'm like in an old man band where it's like we'll text each other on the day of practice tonight. And if someone is just being an old man about it, like, I don't feel good. But like, we're all just like, cool. And then we just don't practice. So practice, it wouldn't take nobody. We have no expectations, no care, no stress, no like, man, we're not making it. How come nobody cares. We just want to play music.
Yeah.
I'm over caring about that. I have been for a while, but I've been in bands for 20 years and every single one has been challenging, fun, up and down, sad endings, breakups, fights, arguments, disdain for each other. One person's doing too much, the other person isn't, so you have an undertone of aggression towards them.
It's just like a lot of it's a lot of personalities.
Yeah, a lot of egos.
You know, a lot of egos, and it's just like, you know, yeah, I like totally get it. It's just like everyone works differently too, so it's like hard to like compromise also. And it's just like that's the thing, like if you're gonna be in a band, like you have to check all freaking boxes too. Like you have to be on the same page no matter what, or else it's like honestly not gonna work.
It's not
You
gonna
know?
work, yeah.
It's like being in a shitty marriage or something. Especially when like I mean, I tell, you know, I tell my friends too that are in bands that it's just like there's different types of musicians. There's like basically two types. It's like one that like literally wants to go further with it as a career. And then the second one is just like, want to have fun, have it as a hobby because, yeah, they have like real jobs too. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, people who are like touring musicians, we have to have like a day job no matter what. It's like we can't survive without having 5 freaking jobs if we want to play music.
No, yeah.
And it's just like, even if we wanted to have a steady job, we can't because a company's not going to allow that. They're just like, why the hell are you gone for 2 months?
Right, it'll cut in the way of the music.
Yeah, right?
You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah,
it's
so
hard.
it's like, it's so hard. Like, being a musician is just, like, so difficult. It's like, in interviews, like, one of, like, the main questions is like, oh, like, how is it being on tour, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what do you think? What do you think? It's like, everyone's just like, oh, yeah, aren't you stoked to be on tour? And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I do. But it's like, it's a job. It's hard. It's like, before going on tour, I call it like the punk rock Olympics, and I train for it, which is like, I have to like eat healthy. I have
some
to
good
have
sleep.
Yeah, and like
take as many showers as you can.
And like
sleep on
freaking
that bed
work
as much as you
out.
can.
Yeah, like do all this like, mental health and like self-care shit before I have to leave, because it's like it physically and mentally drains you.
It's terrible. It's not what you're
is.
supposed to be doing.
I know, and it's just like it's
unless
hard.
you have a lot of money. Unless it's
This
even
is
then, it's
true.
hard because you're still circadian rhythms wacky because you're time zone.
Oh yeah.
Temperature, humidity. These things mess with your body and brain. It takes
Oh,
time
yeah.
to acclimate for it. So, yeah, it's a problem. No matter
For
how much
sure.
money you have, obviously more money will make it easier. Nicer hotels, safer food, gyms.
That's never the case though sometimes, because it's just like, it's like you have to budget no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you're lucky to break even. You're really lucky to break even, but most of the time, like, you do lose a lot of freaking money, and like it's like self-sacrificing a lot, and it really does take a special type of human being to like be a touring musician. And that's another thing. It's like you could be a musician and you could play like every weekend locally, but like when you're traveling, it like takes a toll on you. Like it is just weird. I don't even know how to explain it. Like every time I do come home, it's like I do get like the post-tour depression, and I was just like, okay, I'm not going to go back to work for a minute. Let me take a couple of days off. But then I sit there and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just like, what should I do? And I'm just like, fuck, I'm leaving in 2 weeks again or some shit. And I'm like, I got to think about, like, I really got to think about my life is like, do I want to continue this stuff? But it's just like,
What makes you do it? What gives you why do it? It's torture in some ways.
It is. It's like, that's what I'm saying. You have to be really messed up in the head to like be so
crazy.
Oh, every musician is crazy. Are you kidding me?
My rule of touring is, can you hang? And what I mean by that is, can you deal with sleeping on the ground in dirty places? Can you deal with your last minute thing falling through? Because it will. Can you deal with eating crappy food again? Can you deal with not sleeping well? 3 broken hours of sleep again? Yes, can you deal with not taking a shower for 4 days, but it's July again? Yeah, can you pretty much deal with every single thing not going according to plan every single day, even when you try? That's why I say, can you hang? Can you deal with everything not working?
Hang as in with alcohol?
No,
it's
I mean,
like,
can you hang?
Can you hang?
Can you hang with all of it being made? Are you going to make your other bands feel way worse because you won't keep your mouth shut because you keep complaining about the obvious that we're all going through?
Yeah.
We're all sleeping on the ground tonight with needles in the corner at this dirty place. We're all in it together, so why don't you shut up, quit complaining, because whatever you're feeling, we're all feeling it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, can you hang? Are you going to be a Debbie Downer and bring down the vibe of how we're all suffering in this van? The van broke down again. We got to change the tire in the rain. Are you going to make this worse, or are you going to have fun with it? Are you going to be fun and make it alive and make this memorable, make us want to do it again? Can you hang? So a lot of people can't hang. They can't handle. If you didn't grow up camping and traveling, you might not be a good fit right away to be a musician. If you grew up in nice Ritz-Carlton hotels and you're going to be screwed on tour. If you think it's fun and really cool and hip to go on tour, you might be suffering, though. You might hate it. You might resent it.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to hang. You got to be able to suffer tremendously and have everything go wrong, and then you're good to go.
And people get freaking homesick too.
Yeah, you also
like,
can't
it's
get
just like, I
homesick.
know, it's crazy. I like, I don't know. I'm a freaking psycho. Like sometimes I even like fall asleep. Like I prefer sleeping on the couch. You
Oh,
know?
so you're great for tours.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
That's why I just like, and like in the car or the van, like I fall asleep within 5 minutes because I'm just like, all right, I got to take advantage of this.
You also
I
have an
need,
advantage.
yeah, I was like, I need to sleep.
No size. Cars are small.
Yeah.
So sleeping in a car if you're 6'7" is not easy.
I mean, I was like
It's just not.
really lucky to tour with this last band that I just recently quit actually, because the lead singer has money, you know, like she had money, so she
Crypto coins.
I don't even.
I'm just kidding.
I'm like not even gonna like get into that because I don't want to talk any shit. But
We'll
anyways,
talk off mic about it.
but yeah, like she had money, she made an investment. Like this band was like her business and stuff like that. So I was lucky enough to like, we had big vans. The last van that we had a bed in the back, which was really nice.
So she was just spending money on it?
Yeah.
Was
but
she experienced with touring and stuff?
I guess so. You would
Okay.
say she's older and, you know, she's
Okay.
been in like other touring bands and stuff like that, I guess.
Hmm.
But yeah, other than that, it's just like, yeah, we did sacrifice though, with like, we spent a lot of time on the road. Like we were definitely road warriors where everyone's just like, the hell, like you're back in Europe. You were just in Europe for like a year and now you're back. And
You've done some Europe tours?
oh yeah, the
That's
past
awesome.
3 years we've been in Europe.
That's awesome.
Like,
what's that like? What's that like the first time you go for a tour in a different country?
Dude, touring outside of the U.S. is like chef's kiss.
Oh yeah, Europe does way better of a job for helping
absolutely.
artists and musicians than America
I mean,
does.
that's the type of thing. It's just like if you are serious about being a musician, it's like work so hard and thrive so you can get your ass out to like Europe because they definitely take care of you there and like the fans are so much like supportive and like they just treat bands with like respect, you know?
yeah,
they
yeah.
like and you know, like in France and stuff, they like have like a union or whatever. So it's just like if you're not actively playing, you know, like you do get paid and stuff. You have to like play or be active for a certain amount of time to like, you know, receive like certain amount of money or something, but
Yeah.
you don't have that shit here. You know, it's just like it just like blows my mind a little bit that I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like music is like one of the hardest careers ever, and like you can't do anything for us. Like,
And the irony of it is everyone on this planet loves it.
yeah,
They participate. They grow up with it. It's part of religions, cultures, ideologies, races, ethnicities, histories, heritage. It's part of everything.
Yeah.
It is the fabric of humans and animals. Other animals have music with each other. It's remarkable.
yeah.
And then we won't admit to that, like how it's such a crucial part to our society. If you took it away, we'd all kill ourselves. Mental health would just fall off the deep end if you took away
absolutely.
music.
You know how
Forget other art,
how many
just music.
lives were saved because of music, and like people were inspired from like
Yeah.
other people's like lyrics and shit.
The people
It's
who make these rules to not let artists get paid more through music, the people who create it, while they're having these meetings and making more money for their company, they're driving home in their Tesla or their Mercedes listening to music
yeah,
through a sound
Yep.
system that people like myself and my peers create. The irony is endless. You know, don't even get me started on like STEMs versus arts and where they place money. I go on and about it all the time. I live in both worlds. I've worked in both worlds. I have a lot of peers in both worlds. We're so backwards with like where we put our assets and our money and our value
Yep.
in things. And the arts just get completely shafted royally in this country and in a lot of countries, but in this country, we have enough money and knowledge and access to make it better for a painter, a drawer, a wood craftsman, an artist, a musician, a drummer, and we just don't, just because we want to put our money elsewhere, because we say STEMs is more important. It's like
Yeah.
have fun with STEMs when everyone loses their sanity because all the art's gone, and humans have no more creativity. We're just robots. That's what will happen. We're happily heading towards that cliff like lemmings. On a positive note, though, you've toured Europe. Anything in Asia? Any tours there?
No, that's my dream. That's like my next my next goal is to like play Japan. I
cool.
set up like these little goals in my head. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just like, see, I'm just like, I don't want, like, I love Chicago, but I just can't just keep playing here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that was just like, once I knew that, I was like, okay, I defined myself as a drummer. It took like years, like probably like 8 years to be like, yeah, I'm a drummer, you know? Before I was just like, yeah, I'm just playing in a band, but I never really called myself a drummer because
Yeah.
like I really had to be comfortable with like giving myself that title because it's just like, man, I like really like worked my ass off. Like drumming is hard.
Yeah.
It's freaking hard and like it's so time consuming and like the
Was that a pun?
physicality
Was that a
too.
pun?
What?
It's so time consuming.
Well, I guess so. Now it is. Jeez. Okay. Now I just like lost my train of thought.
I'm
because
sorry,
of
I
that.
ruined it.
It's
Damn it.
fine.
You're talking about how hard it is to be a drummer. It's
Yeah.
time consuming. It took you a while to start
Yeah.
calling yourself a drummer.
Yeah.
As a lot of people face that. Usually maybe it's their family, social upbringing. If you're told like that thing doesn't have as much weight as a lawyer, a doctor, engineer,
Oh yeah.
then yeah, they're gonna be like, you feel weird saying what you are.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I mean, I grew up like hardcore Catholic and like, yeah, my parents were like immigrants and stuff like that. So it's just like they look, I mean, not to like be stereotypical, but like my mom is just like, you should be a nurse, you know?
Yeah.
You should be a nurse, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I'm not being a nurse. So I was like, you know what? I was like, what the hell could I do that's like really easy where I could just like slither my way into just playing music, you know? Because like before I played drums, I was a bassist too. So I always like loved music. Like my mom was like, she like raised me listening to like the Beatles and like, you know, Elvis and stuff like that. She was like a freaking groupie and the president of this like fan club too for the Beatles.
Really?
She told me all these crazy ass stories. So I was just
Did
like,
she like meet them, see them?
oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
absolutely. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. So
That's crazy.
ever since I was a kid, like I grew up listening to like rock and roll and it's like, yeah, she like drilled it in me. So I was just like, all right, now I like love music and now you're telling me to be a freaking nurse. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. You know?
Yeah.
And
Why nurse?
I don't
Stable job?
I don't
Guaranteed
have
to get
no
hired
idea.
somewhere?
It's like really weird, but it's like it's a Filipino thing. Like
Yeah.
they're always caretakers
Yep.
or nurses. Or
That's
they
true.
work as like cleaners on a cruise or something, like a cruise ship or I don't know.
It's
but-
true. My friend who's in my band, he's Filipino and he works in a hospital. His dad does. His dad always pushed him to work in medical. He's from the Philippines. I mean, that could be a weird example, but yeah.
I have no idea why, but at the
I
same
think it's the same thing as when a lot of people. There's certain places, and it's usually positive. They actually do really well with work, but certain countries focus on very specific fields, probably because of a history of learning that those might be statistically the best fields. They focus
Yeah.
on it. It's a family thing. It's about more of the family name and honor instead
This
of
is true.
an individual American pursuit where it's like take a risk, do whatever you want, take out student loans, travel. That's very American.
Yeah.
We're very Western, actually. That's more Western. But India, places, East Asia, Nigeria, certain parts of Ethiopia, very focused on like doctor, lawyer, engineer, STEMs.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
guaranteed to help you, guaranteed to make money, very functional. You can apply it across the world. These are universal languages. This is science.
Yes.
Just much more, better than us in the West. We're like, let's go to art school. Or like, I want to
Yeah.
be an entrepreneur.
Right? Well,
Which you also need to create the businesses that everyone from those other countries come to work at.
yeah.
You do need an entrepreneur. You do need a go-getter. In America, the love is to produce them left and right because you're a drummer here. I do what I do. It's a Monday afternoon. We're both not at a 9 to 5 right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Says a lot.
I chose
and I don't
that.
even know you. Like, we're literally just doing whatever we want on a Monday
Yeah,
afternoon.
for sure.
Talking about how we're doing whatever we want on a Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I mean, I guess that's the thing too. It's just like, my parents, their dream was to come to America, obviously, and to like work and like, I guess like growing up, my parents passed away, but like, we'll get into that later. The reason why I just ended up like sticking with the drums, but like, yeah. So my mom, when I was like, getting older, she was just like, you need to like marry a white man, and like,
Why a white man?
I don't know, because like, it's just like
Are
these,
both your parents from the Philippines?
yeah, they were from the Philippines,
Okay.
yeah. But it's just like you could ask like any freaking like Filipino like woman, they're just like, yeah, always like marry a white man or go to America and then be a nurse. Like that was like the cookie cutter like thing for like every Filipino girl, But instead I was just like, nope. I'm just like, I don't want to be a nurse. I'm going to go to cosmetology school and I'm going to play music and I'm going to be this huge dyke. Like, So I literally was just like breaking the fucking rules.
Yeah.
Like my family was just like always like, calling my mom and they're just like, you need to check on your daughter. Like, what is she doing? Blah, blah, blah. Like, what is this job? Like, why isn't she like in school? And I'm just like, nah, I like worked at like freaking restaurants and I paid my way through cosmetology school. Like, granted, I worked so hard to get where I am today, but at the same time, it's like I chose that because, if I chose to like go to school, my mom would have helped me, she would have paid for it, but she's just like, you know what? If that's the life you're choosing, then you could go fuck off and pay for it yourself type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah. I was like, I'm not going to take the easy way out. I'm going to like do whatever I want and like, struggle because it's like, that's part of life, right? Anyways, so fast forward to 2013 when I started to play drums. That's when my mom died, actually.
Wow.
So, and that's when I was like starting to pick up playing drums and like thinking that I was like, oh, this could be a thing. This band could be a thing. Because like us girls got together because we wanted to jam, and be like, oh yeah, like it's fun and it's cool because there wasn't any like female bands out there in Chicago at the time.
Not many.
Yeah, not many, or they were and they would break
Yeah.
up, because I never understood. I was like, dang, that band was so good. I wonder why they broke up. Oh, now I know why,
Why?
Broads are so hard to deal with.
Wait. You heard it here first. I didn't say it.
Being an all broad
Don't AI
band.
my voice. I did not say it.
Well, but you're smiling. So
I'm smiling because,
I mean, being big.
well, I'm a human being.
Yeah.
I'm 35. I've worked with thousands of people and women of all ages. I teach tons of women. I teach kids. I teach adults. I have a girlfriend. I have a mom. I have a sister. I have aunts. I have a lot of female friends,
All
platonically.
right, okay.
So it's like,
You have an idea.
I have an
you
idea.
have an
So I
idea.
love it when I don't got to say anything.
Okay.
And the ladies bring it up. Just like how I could talk about how crazy guys are. And you could be like, because, everyone could see the craziness in what they're closest to, what they relate to or connect
Maybe
with.
I'll just like take that back, actually.
Take it back?
I mean, it's like, I feel like.
I don't mean it on a real level.
Like-
It's more like funny. Like I don't
Because
mean
I've
it.
played, and I'm playing with dudes right now.
Yeah.
And I've been, when I was playing bass, I was only playing with guys, and I was the only broad in the band. But like, I don't know, it's just like, it doesn't even matter what gender you're playing with.
Yeah.
We're all difficult because, like I said, musicians are crazy and they're difficult in general. So, but anyways,
Maybe it's just something different. It's difficult no matter what. It's just a different type of difficulty if you say it's all women. Just different. Just like it's a different kind of thing when I've been in bands with all guys and girls, and then more girls, and they're all different. And like, there's just differences.
Like
all
I said,
hard. It's all
like,
hard.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, it's like we all have strong, different personalities, and it's like really hard because like we all butt heads and clash. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's my mentality. Because at the time, I like never been in a band with full broad, like a little band of broads before, and excuse me, I know I'm calling women broads. Sorry. I
You
said
sound like
it,
my
not
mom.
you, not you.
Yeah. You sound
I
like my
said it.
mom. My mom
Okay.
is this dumb broad.
Broad,
She's
yeah,
just
I
said
know.
that my
I don't-
whole life, but she's from the 50s. So
I
what do
don't
you
even know
expect?
when I started saying that. Like, I started saying that, like, really early on, like, even in high school, I think. Yeah.
I think in the right context, it's whatever. I don't know. Any word can be used pretty nefariously or funny. It depends on how you do it, how you say it,
Oh,
really what
yeah.
you mean.
I feel like I never, anytime it comes out of my mouth, people think it's hilarious. And they're
It
just
is
like,
funny. Every time you've been saying it, I literally kept thinking of my mom saying it like on the phone talking to my aunt. This broad, she thinks, it's just something. And you're like,
it's just like, whatever. It's a lady, you know what I'm saying? It's not saying girl. You know how they're just like, oh, that girl. And it's like, that person's not a girl. She's a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah.
saying? Like,
Yes.
that's how I'm saying it. Broad is like woman,
mm-hmm.
Girl is girl to me.
Broadly speaking.
Yeah.
Broad is
There you
woman.
go. See? You and your puns. You're into it, huh?
It's just, I can't, I don't know. I'm like a dad without being a dad. I
It's
got such
fine.
dad
I'm
jokes.
here for it. It's awesome.
It's
Like,
mostly
I'm
because my
comfortable.
students, I'm trying to get them to breathe and be alive because they just sit there because
So
the internet has
serious.
rotten
Oh,
their brain.
God,
I wish
don't
they
even
were
get me
serious. They're not
started.
even serious. They're just sitting there waiting for something to happen, I guess, in existence. So I'm constantly, and when I mean constantly, I mean I'm like a comedian, every couple minutes spitting a tagline, a joke, just
Do
trying
they
to get
laugh at least? No.
like 10% of them might smirk. One person will laugh. One person, most people just, they don't. They look like right through you. Because I'm also saying jokes that are based on certain knowledge of generations and the world. And their world is memes, TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram. So, and I participate in those things, but I don't live at all through them. I will only promote and put on those, like this
Yeah.
stuff. Not really my own life, not really. And so it's hard to relate to the new generations that do that. And not so much do that, it's just where they get their humor, where they find their information. The fact that they don't go out and just like get hurt and like get arrested for trespassing anymore. Like stuff that I always tell them, like, go get arrested. You're over 18, go in a warehouse you're not supposed to be in.
Try
Don't hurt anyone.
something. Yeah.
Don't break anything. Just be somewhere you're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Let the police get mad that they can't figure out why they can't pin any crimes on you because you're just in the wrong place at the wrong. That's what my whole childhood was. It was hilarious. The police always trying to get you on something. You're like, we're just hanging out in the forest. I loved it. I don't know if that's a good thing to promote. I just wish kids did stuff again. No one does anything. You can go outside right now and you won't see any kids. You'll see no one. And you could say, oh, it's cold. It's like the cold. I don't know how old you are, but when I was a kid, the cold did not affect you. Kids don't care about temperature.
Oh, no.
Who cares?
I was like out in the snow building like
Yeah.
igloos and shit,
Right.
like after school.
Every day. Who
Yeah.
cares about the cold? So when people say, well, it's cold, that's like, the cold does not stop a
Yeah.
10-year-old from doing anything.
Oh,
They don't know what
absolutely.
cold means yet. That's an adult fabricated thing to make sure the DCFS isn't called on adults when the kid comes back with hypothermia. That's about it. But kids don't care about cold. They don't care about heat.
They don't-
care
yeah.
about wet. They don't care about the dark. All this stuff adults put onto them. They don't care about any of
Or
it.
they're like yawning or like tired. And I'm like, why are you tired? How old are you? Like, that's what I told my nephew when, like, during Christmas. He was like on the couch on his phone,
Yeah.
And he was just like yawning. And I was like, why are you yawning? And I was like, it's like 4 p.m. He's just like, I'm tired. I was like, what did you do today? What did you do yesterday? What did you do last week? Like, you're on vacation. I'm pretty sure you sat your ass at home, just on the phone, looking at TikTok videos and shit like that. And I don't know, looking in the mirror, like trying to like figure out a new hairdo or some shit. But you're not really physically doing anything. So why are you tired? I'm like, probably tired because it's just like tired of doing nothing, I guess, you know? And it's just like every time I see my niece and nephew, they're like always like on their phone all the time.
Yeah.
And
How
like
old are they? What are like their ages?
they're in high school now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay. So,
and my niece is about to be in college next year.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so old as shit actually.
You're old?
I'm old.
You're old as shit?
Yeah.
Are you a millennial?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, so am I. So what do we do? Who cares?
I know, I don't give a shit. I'm
Were
like,
you born in the
whatever.
90s or the 80s?
80s, man.
Me too.
All right.
But barely.
I'm not going to reveal my age.
You don't have to.
But
But now the world knows you vary between one age and another age.
I love when people guess because it's like a fun game. And I'm never offended, too, so.
Well, you're one of the few ladies I have heard of that could care less about someone guessing their age. Some people get really upset about it. I don't know why. Who cares? Everyone ages and dies. Who cares? But some people, women, are really, really bothered by height, weight, age, whatever.
Clearly, I don't give a shit.
Clearly, you don't care.
I don't give a shit.
Which I love. I'm glad you don't. That's another reason why I wanted to reach out. I was like, this person just seems cool. Like, they could hang. It's like, they could probably go on tour and not annoy people. I like that about a human being who can hang. But, yeah, I think it's so dumb.
To care about, like, age.
It's like,
I'm just like, it's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah. You're either young, kind of younger, kind of old, kind of older, old, dead.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand the obsession with it. You should be comfortable with it. You should know your league. If you're 35, you're 35. It's okay to be 35. Be happy that you have some wisdom and experience.
I was, like, texting my friend last night. Oh, it's because, like, this post that I had on my story. You know, it's like, it was just like funny. It was just like a poke at someone or just like other people out there. It was just like me and my like 2 band members from the band that I just quit. We were like in our green room and we were just like, shut the fuck up, you know? And it was like, this is to the person that continues to lie, in parentheses, she knows who she is, and then, like, on the bottom, it's just, like, to people who's just, like, trying to, like, bring bullshit into, like, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my God, like, my fucking DMs were, like, blowing the fuck up because of this one story. And
About what? Like, what?
It's just, like, basically it's poking towards the lead singer of the band that I quit, obviously.
Yeah.
And everyone knew that.
Right.
So then like my DMs are just like blowing the fuck up, just like people commenting on it, and they're just like, spill the tea, or like, what happened? Or like, who is it? Is this for you know who? Or are you talking about that person? I was just like, it was just so funny.
How many messages did you get? Like,
I don't freaking know, because I just like
more than
sometimes
normal.
I like skip too, like, and then it gets like fucking buried because I'm just like, whatever. I just like
these are direct messages people.
Yeah. So then I'm just clicking on it, and I'll just like see either their reaction or see what they have to say. A lot of them were like the laughing emoji with the tears, and I was just like, yep. And I was like hearting all of that shit because I was just like, you know what's going on. And I was just like, but I'm not that type of person to talk shit. And I was like, because it's all gonna like unfold and reveal itself like in the next few months. So I was just like, I'm not gonna say anything because people are gonna figure it out, you know? I mean, I don't even know what the fuck where I was going with this.
What was the band that you left? Or you don't want us to talk about it? We don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm just like, even prior to like going on this podcast, I was talking to the band members because basically the whole entire band left except the lead singer because is this person. You know what I'm saying?
This person who had the van?
Yeah.
Okay. I was picking up what you're putting down.
Anyways, it's just like, yeah, the whole entire band left. So it's just like this one person left, and you know what? It's just like I said, I don't want to talk smack, but like, why was I bringing the whole thing up? I forgot.
You said on Green Room Instagram you posted this. It got a bunch of people reaching out. You were with your bandmates.
Yeah.
I don't remember where the intent was going, but that's where it kind of went to. Social media.
I mean, like,
using it, living on it.
Yeah, what?
I don't remember.
Oh my God, sorry. It's because I was just like,
it's okay.
Word vomit. But
it's okay.
Yeah. So like so I had a bunch of like whatever DMs because of that, and like people are just like, you know, they're trying to get stuff out of me, like, you know, information or like spill the tea. But I'm just like, you know what? I'm like I said, it's going to, it's going to reveal and unfold later on.
What percentage of the people reaching out to spill the tea were guys?
Oh, no. They're like, it's it was like a lot of musicians actually.
Oh, a lot of musicians.
Yeah, they were just like, "What's going on?" And I was just like, "Oh, you'll find out soon." You know?
Like find out like some like news will come out. Like find
Oh,
out.
I think so. I'm just
Oh.
waiting.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
because like I feel like, well, when I quit this band, I'm just like so bummed because where the hell was I going to with that? You know, why did I bring that up? Like, why did I bring up the whole DM thing? Because of social
You said you
media?
were social media. You were in the green room. You were just talking about the green room and how
But
you.
why did I bring that
I think
up?
vibes, good hangouts and vibes. So you brought up that you made a video because I said you could hang. And you brought up that I believe it's because you brought up that you made a video talking about how you wanted to go into the new year without like
Yeah.
stress and angst and issues.
Yeah, yeah,
Something
yeah.
along those lines. I think it was talking about like just being tired of the nonsense and wanting like good hangout, good vibes, and you're with some cool people. So you may. I think that's what you might have been talking about.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Anyways, let's just like start over.
This happens all the time.
I know. Then I'm gonna rewatch this, and I'm like, that's where I was getting.
When
at.
you do free form like non sequitur stuff, you lose track of where you are. You lose track of time.
Know.
It's
I was
okay.
just like-
That's why I like it.
And I just like remembered when I looked at the drums, I was just like, when I brought up my whole mom thing at 2013, we totally like freaking skipped the whole part of why I brought that up too. It'll probably come back later. But anyways, let me like finish, I guess, like the reason why in 2013, like when my mom passed away, I think the motivation of like playing drums was because of my mother. Because it was so funny because my first show with Mystery Actions was at Liars Club, and there was like live video footage on like YouTube or something. And I showed my mom, and she was just like really proud because she's like, "Oh my God, you're on like, you're on the internet." And I was just like, "What? It's not that big of a deal." But I guess it's a big of a deal because like, she was older, so like,
It's the
I
thing
guess,
of my parents.
yeah.
They think I'm way more famous that I like way more than I am just because I have a bunch of
But
stuff
they're just
on
like
the
happy,
internet.
I guess.
They don't understand how it works. They don't understand that just because you're on there, you have 7 views. It's not 7 billion views.
But like even in 2013, like social media wasn't really that big either.
No.
So I was pretty stoked about it. I was like, "Oh shit, there's a video of us up there." So like I showed my mom, and she was like super proud, and she's just like, she's like, "I need to come to your show, blah blah blah." But like, my mom, her health was like declining really, really fast. So when she was in hospice and I was taking care of her, I was still like practicing, and trying to like, get better and stuff. And I was just like, God, I was like, I don't want my mom to see me playing shitty. You know what I'm saying? So I was like practicing a lot. And then I was like really hoping that my mom would at least like have the strength to like come to one of our rehearsals to see me play. But when she did end up passing away, I remember that we had a show like literally a couple of days after she passed. And like, the girls were just like, "Do you want to cancel it?" And I was like, "No, I'm fine. I could play." You know what I'm saying? So like, and then I guess I was just like thinking about that, and I was like using my mom's like, happiness at the time. It was like the last thing she was proud about, And I was just like, I'm going to try to like go as far as I can with this shit. So I guess like I literally was just like, oh, this is fucking fun to me to like, now I'm going to like go further with it, And then flash forward to like 8-ish years or whatever. And I was just like, okay, I got to a point where I was like, I could finally call myself a drummer, where I'm just like, I'm a drummer now. I'm not just some broad in a band. And then after that, I was just like, all right, now I want to like play fucking killer shows.
Yeah.
I want to get fucking paid, and I want to travel the world. And I guess like during 2020 is like that's when I decided I was like, I'm leaving Chicago for sure. Like I need to fucking get out there, Because
Are you from Chicago originally?
Born and raised.
Born and raised.
Yeah.
What neighborhood? What area?
I guess like what is it considered? It's like west of like Belmont Cragen. You
Okay.
know?
So like northwest side.
Yeah, so like where like Reese Park is,
Mm-hmm.
like near Gansett and like Diversity.
Okay. Okay. So like way northwest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're born from that area. Okay.
Yep. Anyways, that was my story.
And you want? So
Yeah.
Did you leave?
I'm sorry.
You said you wanted to leave Chicago.
Like leave as in like I want to freaking travel and play music around
Okay.
the
I thought you meant like
world.
move to a different place. You meant just like go see the world.
Yeah,
and adventure.
yeah.
Okay.
Because it's just like, you know, people are like, yeah, I want to play shows. And like, I just want, like, they'll play like the Midwest or something. And I was just like, fuck this. I want to go like west.
Yeah.
I want to go on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Or I want to get the heck out of like the US, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So then like Europe's always been like in the back of my mind where I'm just like, okay, I just like need to get so fucking good that like some band's gonna fucking hit me up and I'm gonna go play in Europe.
Which
and
could
then-
easily happen.
Which happened.
It happened.
It
Who'd you
happened.
do it with?
I did it with, you know? So that's why I was just like, you know what? I'm just like, regardless of like the weird shit that happened, I was just like, you know, I'm really thankful. And I wrote this really professional, like, departing statement on social media because, like, playing in Europe was insane.
Yeah.
Like,
I bet.
like
What was your favorite performance there? Like what country? What?
Oh my
area,
God,
what
I love
venue?
Spain.
Spain.
Yeah,
What part of
Spain.
Spain? Where were you performing? Barcelona, Madrid, somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Well, like all parts
All
and
over.
all like, and we played in this like little town, Toledo, where like that's where they originally made swords and stuff. It's like really old school. It's
Yeah.
like medieval times.
Yeah.
And then
Older.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really old. We stayed in like a freaking castle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
1,000 years, 15 years.
Yeah,
My
it's-
last name is a city next to Madrid, Arguelles, Spain. It's where my family's from a long time ago.
Ah.
Not anybody I know. It's generations ago. It's just where the name came from, my last name, yeah. But I've always wanted to see it. Yeah, it's next to Madrid. It's an old town. I think it's supposed to be royalty. I have no idea. Yeah,
You
but it's
need to
cool.
go to. You've been to Spain?
I've been to France, never been to Spain.
Oh God.
I want to go so
You need to go.
bad.
Are you kidding me?
It's
And like
very soon I want to go.
the fans over there are like on a different level.
Mhm.
Like cause like they siesta there, so it's just like, you know, they wake up hella early, they work for a couple hours, and then they shut down, and they go back to work at like 6 p.m. or something, and then they stay out late.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
dinner at like 10, 11.
Yeah, super
Standard, yeah.
late. Yeah.
It's too
yeah.
late. I want to go to bed without stuff in my stomach. I don't know about you, but that's just too
You're
late.
talking to someone that doesn't have like a steady schedule. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
just like, dude, my sleeping schedule and my eating schedule is like so fucked.
That's not good.
It's so bad.
Mary Rose,
I
what are you
know.
doing to yourself?
This is why I'm like, am I supposed to be a touring musician? I don't know.
Well, how do you feel? Do you feel like your body's all wacky from not having a consistent circadian rhythm?
Oh,
food?
I mean, fuck. See, that's what I'm just saying. It's like fucking hard. That's why we're psychos and we just like, it's torture, but we love it, you know?
What about the tattoos? Are those torture? But you love them? Because
It's just
this
bad.
one looks like it hurt.
You know, the worst one has to be my back.
Your back, on
And
a
my,
spine,
like,
on a
chest.
bone, hip bone, shoulder blade. I've heard bones are bad. I don't have any. This is just what people have told me, and I know a lot of tattooees. People have had a lot of tattoos.
Tattoos are dumb. I don't know why I did it. Sorry.
What? You're covered in them.
Because I
Everyone
made
here, if you
bad-
don't know,
I
you are
made
head to toe
bad-
covered. Are they all over your body? Because it looks like they are.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
yeah, I
how-
made
you
really
only have a
bad.
couple
I
hundred
really
of them?
made bad decisions. Obviously, I told you this. I didn't want to be a freaking nurse. You know, I didn't want to be a
Wait,
freaking
so
nurse.
you're covered in tattoos.
I didn't marry a white man. Like
You didn't marry a white man?
No, I
I thought you
didn't.
were.
No, I broke all the rules. That's the thing. It's just like, yeah, like when I got like my first tattoo, like my mom was freaking out, and then you know
Which one was it?
what the fuck? I don't even know. I don't even know.
It's hidden by now. It's buried.
But you know what she told me? She's just like, you're ruining your body. No one wants to marry you now. No one is going to want to marry you. That's what she told me. And I was just like, in my head, I was like, I don't fucking care. I'm never going to get married anyways. You know,
you thought that?
Gay marriage is illegal at the time. So
it was like 2000s?
Yeah.
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 Also, I mean, people don't realize it now. We're a little bit older than people that are maybe 18. Getting tattoos now,
It's nothing.
twice their age. It's nothing now. Back then, it really wasn't that normal.
Yeah,
when we were kids in the 90s, it was freaky if someone had a tattoo. They were either in a gang, like a meth dealer,
That's
prison,
what my mom said. She's
military,
like, you're in the Yakuza
boxers, yeah, stuff like that.
I was like, what the hell? I was just like,
It's not normal.
It's not that bad, Ma. You know? But like, it's funny because like when I was 19, I moved to the Philippines for like almost a year or something.
Just for the experience?
Well, this is like TMI, but whatever. Maybe one day I'll write a book. I was just like, I had a drinking problem. I was like partying a lot, and I graduated from like high school, and my mom's like, what the hell are you going to do with your life? I was like, I'm not going to start school right away. I don't have fucking money, and on top of that, I don't know what I want to do, you know? So she's like, I'm taking your ass to the Philippines. So she took me to the Philippines because she bought a freaking house there.
That must have been fun, though.
It was fun. It was fun. I mean, and it's just like that experience alone, like different, it changed my life. You know, it did, because it's just like the culture there was like, of course, different. And
was that your first time there?
No.
You've been there?
I've been there as a kid and a child. But
what part is your family from?
So at the time, my mom was living in the suburb. It's like Laguna, you know, and my dad, he grew up in this like really small like area called Gapan or something. That's where he was buried. But all of these places were really far from Manila, which is like the well-known city.
That's my friends from that. The only one I know about. Like,
everyone's like,
yeah,
they go to Manila or they like know people from Manila. But I literally only like lived in like or stayed in the suburbs and stuff of like the Philippines.
Do you speak was it Tagalog?
Tagalog, yeah.
Tagalog. You speak that?
I understand. I speak Tanglish, I guess, where I'm just like I could speak some words and then I'll throw English in there.
Kind of like Spanglish.
Spanglish, yeah. So that's like me.
Spanglish, yeah.
But yeah, like when I moved there, I remember it was like really, they know when you're not from the Philippines. They know that you're from America. I guess it's just like by the way you dress, obviously.
Everything, yeah. Literally the way you carry yourself.
Yeah, and like when at the time I was like playing bass. Like music was always like a part of me. Like I played bass in like high school and stuff. And I was in like, you know, fucking bands playing in garages and shit. Like, you know.
You've been doing it a while.
Yeah. So, like, I brought my bass with me, and I remember, like, leaving the airport, and it was just so wild. It was just, like, almost like there was, like, paparazzi or something. I just, like, remember being, like, terrified. And I was just like, who are all these people? And they're, like, fucking taking pictures and stuff like that. And I just, like, never understood. I was like, what the fuck? And they're, like, saying this name out loud. And I was just like, what the fuck? And my cousin is just like, hurry, get in the freaking van. And, like, he was just, like, laughing. And he was just like, they think that you're from American Idol or something.
They think you're somebody else?
Yeah. And it was, like, wild because, like, like, everywhere I went, they were taking pictures of me or asking. And I was just like, who's this broad? So I, like, looked her up, and I was just like, I guess I could see it a little bit, but I was like, fuck no, because, like, you know, I had piercings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, that was another thing. My mom was just like, because I really wanted a tattoo at the time, and she's just like, no, you can't do that because they're going to think that you're in the Yakuza. And
even down there? It has effect from Japan down to Philippines, the Yakuza? I don't know anything about that.
I don't even know. I was just like,
I feel like
in
that's
my head, I was
stretch.
just like,
I was
just like, why are you being so stereotypical, Ma? You know, it's just like, and I'm not going to get, like, some, like, you know, that type of style of tattoos either.
You're also, like, a young woman.
Yeah.
So-
But she was just like,
It's a big difference.
so that was like,
I don't think women are allowed in the yakuza. Again,
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
they're not.
But
I don't think
I
so.
know old school mob
Yeah.
stuff like Russian, Italian, yakuza.
yeah.
They're pretty sexist people.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
they don't
Unless
let
like
women into
they
that
have
stuff.
like some like one boss ass bitch, and that
Maybe,
role was like
sure.
handed to her because her
Sure.
dad died or something.
I could totally see something like
Yeah,
that. But broadly speaking, no pun intended there.
Yeah.
Broad. I have never seen like in a standard like a capo or like a captain in a mafia. It's never a woman.
So that's why
or
I thought it
yakuza.
was like funny. I guess it's just like that was my whole point, is just like going to the Philippines and like going through that whole culture shock, and then all of a sudden trying to, like, at the time I was like 19 and I was trying to find who I was, like, you know, my style and like, you know, my attitude. And so when I was like, I want to get tattoos, that's the first thing that my mom could like fucking say is like, you're gonna think you're in the Yakuza, or like, and then when I finally got one, no one's gonna marry you now. It's just like, and that's another
Were
thing.
you seeking this? You almost like, it seems like you're excited, like to upset your parents.
No, never. I was just
okay.
like, no, I always wanted to do something to make them proud. Like, even like when I was in high school, I had like so many like plaques and trophies. Like, I was in sports and shit.
Okay.
Like, I always thrived and I always wanted to like be the best at something.
Okay.
And that was another thing. Like, with the drums, it was almost like a challenge to me. I was just like, I need to be better than the boys too. You know?
You do. Because
So-
there's not a lot of, especially back then, there's not a lot of women who were in drums.
That was another thing, yeah.
It's
I was
just
just
not
like, there's
common.
not. I was like, there's not that many like female drummers in the first
No,
place.
not at
But
all.
now I'm just like, holy shit! It's like we're taking over,
Oh my
and
God.
it's amazing.
A lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot of female drummers, a lot of women in bands now. It's great.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
all-
yeah.
I mean,
It's
I've
changed
seen
a
it
lot.
change since I
Yeah.
started all this. 15 years ago, it's night and day difference between women, minorities, people from different countries, just mixing different types of bands of all different types of people. It's really cool. It's not
Yeah.
just four dudes again. I mean, I love my
Right?
4-dude bands. I grew up on 4-dude bands. Love them. I'm in one.
Yeah.
But man, it's nice to see different stuff across
Yeah.
the board. It just
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah.
And it's great to still have a 4-piece dude band because they're still human beings. But it's great to have all
They're
human
still human
beings.
be- yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
It's great to have all human
Yeah.
beings involved in participating in this
Oh, for
fun thing
sure.
we call music, you know?
See, that's like the new like that. I guess that's the only good thing that is coming out like in right now is like, it's like female forward with bands now, you know. But like, yeah, social media is like fucking torture and it sucks. But hey, at least
Tell
like
us why.
because it's a life ruiner.
Why?
Why?
These are rhetorical questions. I want the audience to hear your explanation. I have a
but-
feeling as to why, because I wasn't born yesterday, and I hate social media. So
Because everyone's just like really like, and that sucks. I don't want to be on social media, but I feel like I need to because I'm in a band and stuff. And I really suck at technology, and like, I feel like I could do or be better. And maybe if like I was good at it, I could get more followers or get endorsed more. But it's not that I'm lazy, it's just that I don't know how to do, you know?
Oh, okay. But
You know?
even if you did, though, you said you hate it. Would you put
Because
in the
it's just
natural
like,
effort that looks organic that you want to be doing it? Do you want to fake that, or do you actually want to get those things? And you're willing to sacrifice the fact that you hate social media, but you're going to do it anyway just to get the things.
Oh God, I guess I take it back now.
You know what I mean?
I don't hate it, but it is a life ruiner because it's changed our society for sure.
Oh my God.
But it sucks because we like rely on it now, and it's like
It's bad.
Oh God, and it's just like, yeah, it's
You
so
can't
bad.
get gigs and work without it.
Oh,
can't.
absolutely not. Or they're just like, who the hell are you?
You don't
And I'm
exist
like,
without
oh.
it. I'm sure you remember a time when it wasn't the thing. It was more like a meritocracy, like whatever your work was would speak for itself in your neighborhood, in your community, in your town, in your city. Maybe it'll get picked up by a local radio station or local ABC News, but the internet wasn't where you like went to like promote yourself.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me of my like teenage years when I first started doing all this stuff. And I was like, okay, if I do really good work, then I could submit it to like radios and something and get on that. But the
Yeah.
internet destroyed all
They had
that.
street,
and it
you remember
made,
street teams were like they would
Oh,
just
yeah.
like put like flyers everywhere. They need to bring that back.
Oh yeah, I have friends. I know people that saw the flyers I created for DZ Fest 2015 around like Wicker Park, and then they like brought it up recently from 10 years ago. Like, oh, I remember that time I saw a DZ Fest flyer in Wicker Park. Even though you live, 20 miles away, I still remember that. You don't put up flyers anymore. Who looks at flyers? I don't know anybody looks at flyers. Just put up social media posts. Post.
Yeah.
It is exhausting though. You feel like you're always keeping up with the digital Joneses instead of the neighbors keeping up with the Joneses. People are always buying something new. You feel like you're keeping up with the digital Joneses.
Yeah.
You're constantly like,
Yeah.
I need more of this.
I'm always like, what is that? Or I was like, what's this viral shit? What's this viral song? I'm like, does any of that shit actually work? Is like my question.
I don't get it. I get why people will do it.
Yeah.
People put out certain things that are divisive, antagonizing, evil, funny to get the viral views,
Yeah, that's
I don't do that,
that's the type
though.
of shit that I hate.
I hate it, and I won't do it. And I probably could have gone viral a couple hundred times over again. I haven't done it. Like, for example, this podcast. Mm-hmm. After many hours of talking, when this is over, there are certain things you said that I can make go viral. The broad thing. Things, like if a woman says that and I have a reaction, I can edit it, put captions, put things, put little cuts of the history of women saying gay marriage thing. Little things I could take and make it, but I hate that. It's disingenuous. I don't want your interview, people to take away from it something different. I don't want to exploit your story and your honesty to cherry pick the evil stuff that'll go viral because it looks dirty or it's like a big quote because it's a new word that you use that's cool and hip now. It doesn't really matter what it is. I don't choose any of that. If anything I use to promote, it's just something fascinating that you're talking about that's like meaningful, maybe like about touring in Europe and how much better it is for artists.
Yeah.
That will still only get a couple thousand views. It won't get millions because it's not that dirty, like the juice. I want the gossip stuff. I could take that, the stuff you said about the bands you've been in, how you left one, the thing, the green room, the woman, the darts. I could do that. I even think about them. As people say stuff, I'll think, would this be a good clip? And I deliberately don't choose the stuff that would be good because I'm so sick and tired of seeing it, seeing people exploit their guests for that stuff.
Yeah.
I hate it. I won't do it. I haven't done it, and therefore I don't use the fun, gossipy stuff. I just won't do it. I hate it. I never will. I won't grow fast because I grow very slow. I've been a very slow growth because I only promote what the real thing is.
Yeah.
The authenticity of like who that person is. Not, oh, Mayor Rose said this very juicy thing and now it's going viral. It's got 300,000 views because, she's talked about, women or how Filipino women are only nurses. It's just something that can make it go viral because, do you know what I mean?
Oh my God. I mean,
just won't
if you
choose it.
post, I just see this happening, like you posting this and then someone sharing, oh, yeah, here goes this, like, tattooed freaking, like, Filipino lesbian that's just like, yeah, I'm breaking all the rules because it's like...
Yeah, even how I label the video I could post. Because you check all these beautiful, fun boxes that people are obsessed with now. Woman, lesbian, you're Filipino, like whatever it is that people are obsessed with. Dyke. If I put that in the title, if I put that in the title, Filipino,
Dyke.
whatever, I'm not saying it because people could cut stuff.
Yeah.
If I put what you think I could put in it based on what I just said, that would get more views.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be lying. You claim you are these.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be lying, but that's not what you're
thank,
about.
Thank
you're
you
more
for
than
being
that.
a nice person.
Well, I try. You're more than that. You're a human
thank
being.
You for being,
you're a musician.
You're a human being too.
Yeah. I'm not going to exploit this shit. I hate it. So therefore, it's so hard for me to build up because this is how I've always been. Even with really big guests, I can find a clip and I still don't do it. I just can't do it.
I guess that's the part that I hate about social media is that like, there's just like, I don't get those type of influencers that like plays pranks on people to the point that like how is that funny? You're like in danger, like you're harassing someone and now they're gonna beat the shit out of you. How's that funny? Have you seen those?
Yeah, I've seen them.
What's
and
the
every
point
time
of
they
that?
get hurt, I'm like, good. Like, what'd you think it was? If you did
Like, what
that
do
to
you
me,
think
I'd
was gonna
probably punch you in the
happen?
face too.
You know?
If I don't know you and you like faked something serious at me in public and I feel like I'm threatened or my partner, my
Guess
niece and
people-
nephew are threatened.
People love that shit. It's like weird. Like it's so fucked up, you know? Like what's really weird is that like, you know, everyone's just like so like PC and like sensitive, you know?
But they're not.
But they're not
They only
because
are
you
on
like
social
the,
media.
But you like the fucked up things.
Yeah.
Us, it's just like us millennials, it's just like we've been through some shit, right? We've been through some shit, but we're not gonna go fucking break our leg for like to go viral or something.
No,
you know?
I think about that all the time.
Yeah.
The crazy
I mean,
shit
don't
I
get
used
me
to
wrong. I
do.
really wanted to be on Jackass.
Me
and
too.
I like really wanted to do that because I'm just
Really?
like
You
it's-
wanted to be on Jackass?
I like wanted to like do something similar to that. Like I wanted
extreme
to like
stuff, physical
oh yeah,
stuff.
because like you know when in high school I was hanging out with the skateboarders and like
Okay.
you know playing bass in a, like my friend's garage or playing Tony Hawk 2 and shit like that. Like
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2.
Yeah.
Shout out. PlayStation.
you know I'm playing that again actually.
Were you playing it on PlayStation or 64?
right now?
Or the PC back then in 2000?
Oh, on PlayStation, dude.
Right answer.
PlayStation all the way.
Yeah.
Now I'm playing it on like
The
Nintendo
soundtrack.
Switch.
I used to love those soundtracks.
Oh, dude,
They were so
I
good.
still play that shit right. Like when I'm getting ready, I like listen to that shit all
Yeah.
the time, and I'm just like, oh god, why is this so good? You know, like
Part of it because you heard it when you were 9, 10, 11, 12, which, anybody who hears music at those ages, it never leaves your brain. That's
Oh,
like the
for
most
sure.
developing part.
Yeah.
And because it was good stuff picked by real skateboarders who had no money back then. They didn't have what they have now. Skateboarding was not what it is now. So it was like really authentic. It was like, no, these are like skateboarders who live in inner cities and like
Yeah.
listen to cool
See, that
underground
was another
music.
thing too. When I was in high school, there wasn't a lot of like broads that were skateboarding, and I
No.
got into skateboarding too.
Alyssa
because-
Steamer
Yeah,
was the only one on Tony Hawk 1
Yeah.
and 2 and 3 and 4. The only female skateboarder I remember as a kid.
oh for sure.
Yeah.
I even like you remember the American Machine board that she like had.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking got that board. My friend bought it for me because he was just like, here you go, dude. And I had like Elisa Steamer fucking skating shoes too.
Oh, that's
like
cool,
she
yeah.
was like totally my idol, even though I'm like ride or die like Jeff Rowley, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I was just like, damn, that broad's dope, you know? So I wanted to be her. And that was another thing. I like wanted to like go on tour as a fucking pro skater or something. Like that was another dream of mine.
Be
like
a pro skater.
yeah, be a pro skater, hop in the van, go on location, try to do like a freaking like, you know, trick or do stairs or a rail.
You still skateboard?
Fuck no. That was another thing. I was just like, that was like one thing that I was like almost good at, and then I fucked it up because it only takes like one fucking thing to like ruin everything basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember
One
doing,
injury usually. will
yeah,
do it.
and then of course, like as a teenager, you're just like, I'm not going to the hospital, and I have to hide this from my fucking mom, you know? Because like,
I have a funny story to tell you. You're describing what happened to me, and it sounds like it happened to you too. So
Oh, yeah,
I want to
I
hear yours
like-
first.
my legs are just like covered in like bruises from like skateboarding like in high school. Like I have like gnarly scars.
Really?
And like my ankle is not the same because of it too. Like because I didn't go
Take
to
care of it.
Yeah, I didn't
you know,
take care of it.
Rehab
but,
shit like that.
yeah, I just like remember I specifically remember the trick. I was trying to like do like a double kickflip over like a sewer or something, or not a sewer. That was another time I got fucking hurt. But this one was really bad. I think it was just like it was like two stair, but it was like not like it wasn't that lame. It was pretty high for a two stair and it was wide, but like I was like fuck it. I was trying to be ballsy. And I was just like, let me just try to do like a double kickflip or something.
Have you done
and-
double kickflip before?
No, never. I only could do a single.
So why did you try doing it over objects? Why wouldn't you practice that on flat
Because
blacktop?
I was just like,
Like a
fuck
parking
it.
lot.
Like in my head, I was just like, I'm never gonna. Like,
You just
I'm
went
never.
over a staircase trying to do a double kickflip and you've
Yeah.
never done it? How old were you?
Fuck. I don't know. I was like a sophomore.
15, 16 years old.
I was a
This
sophomore.
explains the stupidity
A freshman or a sophomore.
of doing
I
that.
don't remember. I have to talk to my friend Ramos about this because he probably remembers it because he was like
Oh, is
there.
that an elephant?
No, it's a pig.
Oh, it looked like an elephant. Sorry, got
No, you're
sidetracked.
fine.
Oh, I see it now. I see the pig.
But yeah, I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go for it anyways, you know? Because like I couldn't nollie that high in the first place, or I couldn't ollie that high in the first place. So I was just like, oh, if I come off of like a ledge or something, I'll have some time to like flick it really fast, right? That was my mentality. So like I did, and of course, like it happened too fast, and like my ankle didn't like like I didn't like have my like foot straightened out in time, so my fucking foot was still like in that curve where it was just like
It went
this.
sideways.
Yeah, and I flicked it, but then I still had my foot like that, and then I landed on it right away.
Did you break it or just sprain it?
Oh, I like it took like at least 2 months for me to like walk.
Sounds like a tear 2 sprain. There's 3 tears.
It was so freaking
3 tears.
It was so swollen, like it was disgusting, and I just like remember just like limping and just like acting like it was normal and just being in pain for like 2 months.
No, nothing? You didn't?
I was just like icing it, and then I was like putting it in like a fucking Ace bandage wrap or
You
something.
didn't want to go get it x-rayed or anything?
No, because like
MRI?
my mom was just like fucking pissed. Like I was
Yeah.
just like fucking skateboarding and disappearing with boys till like fucking midnight. And I remember like one time
You were 15 doing that?
I was doing some gnarly
Wow.
shit.
I would have been mad too if I was your mom.
Yeah. That time my mom was just like, what the fuck? She would just like embarrass me all the time in front of my friends because she was just like, you need to stop, you know?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, she just like wanted me to, I think that was the thing. Like I was rebelling a bit. It's not that I was doing that to piss her off, but I was just like, the fact that she was just like, you shouldn't be doing that because you're a girl. Like it really
Yeah.
like motivated me to be like, fuck that, I'm gonna do this.
You're one of those people, if someone says you can't,
You can't.
in your head you go,
I'm
like,
gonna
I
do
can,
it.
yeah.
I'm gonna do it. That's why I was just like, oh, girls can't play drums. I'm just like, I'm gonna do it then. You know?
She said that?
Like,
Girls can't play drums?
no, she never said that.
But just kind of the vibe you got.
Yeah, like
maybe I
well,
shouldn't.
when she was telling me, she was just like, like she definitely didn't want me skateboarding. Like she almost like threw my fucking deck out multiple times. Like she hit it, and I was just like, well, good thing I have a backup. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, come on now. Like I'm like a teenager, but I wasn't born yesterday when it gets to that type of shit. But yeah, I'm just like, I had to hide that stuff from her. So I like, now my ankle is not the same. And then when I tried skating, or like I could push around and skate and like still do like an ollie, but I tried a kickflip and goddamn it hurts.
Still?
It still
After
hurts.
what, 20-something years or something? 15 years?
So that's why I'm just like, this sucks.
Lifelong
I
injury,
mean-
yeah.
I mean, it's like the last time I tried was like a couple of years ago. And like before that, I would just like try to skate here and there. And I was just like, damn.
Which foot is it?
It's my left foot.
So how is it with hi-hat and playing drums with your ankle?
Oh,
Do you not notice it with that motion?
sometimes I don't do like, you know, I don't like use it that often. So when I'm not playing on the hi-hat, I usually take my foot off of it.
Okay.
And I do the timing with just like my foot like on the floor instead of on the hi-hat. You know what I'm
on the
saying?
floor, Tom?
No, so like
your foot on the floor.
Yeah.
Your left foot out tapping on the
yeah,
ground.
on the
Okay.
ground instead of like literally just like pushing and like using that motion on my hi-hat. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's because like subconsciously I was doing that or something, but like I notice sometimes that I do take my foot off of it, which is like weird.
It's probably a natural reaction that you do subconsciously to avoid hurting what is
Yeah,
hurt already.
yeah,
you just
yeah,
naturally
yeah.
just stay away
I
from
know,
it.
which is like weird because I'm just like, all the drummers I know, like, yeah, they use the hi-hat for like timing and stuff, and it helps them. And
Of course.
but I don't use it that much. It's weird.
Are you just unconventional drummer? Like you've just taught yourself, or did you take lessons?
I never took lessons.
taught yourself.
I just like taught myself. Yeah, I do want to take lessons, and it was weird because people are like, "Why do you want to take lessons?" And I'm like, because I want to like be better, and I
It
want to
will make
like
you better.
yeah.
You can
I'm
learn
just
all
like,
day on your own, but proper teaching and etiquette
yeah.
and proper technique will help a lot.
Oh, for
Any
sure.
instrument. You could learn any
Yeah,
instrument
I
on
don't
your own
want to be
or
like
with
some
technique.
fucking one-trick pony or something, you know?
No, and you also don't want to get married extremely to the lesson because there are people like that. They're obsessed. If you didn't take lessons and tutors and have a bachelor's and a master's degree in that instrument and performance, then like you're not that thing. It's like, no. You should definitely, it's good to take some lessons. You
Yeah.
don't have to. It
No,
can help.
I
Maybe
want
do it for
to.
like a year and like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
good. I learned a lot.
But here's
Now
another
I can
thing.
grow.
It's like when you do take lessons, you gotta like, and like, you know, since I'm like self-taught, it's like I know that I have to break out of like certain habits
Bad
is
habits,
another
yeah.
thing. Which I'm like, fine, you know, like I'll like, I do wanna, like I changed like the height and my stands over the years because of like, I was just like, oh my God, my back is hurting or something. Or like, you know, people, like there's like drummers out there that obviously like use their arms a lot. And I only do that for show. I use like my arms for show, or it's just
They
like
look cool.
to hit like hard to make it seem like I'm hitting really hard. But like honestly, it's because like I'm just like I'm using like my wrists more or my fingers. But like over the years, I definitely was like one of those drummers that are. I was like in the beginning, I was stiff. You know,
Yeah.
like when you first start
That's how
out,
I am when
you're
I
just
play.
a little wobbly
so
and you're
stiff.
just like this.
It feels
you know,
glitchy. It feels
and then
glitchy.
you're like this part hurts or whatever,
Your
and then
forearms,
yeah, and so then like I changed a lot like over the years because I started like getting injuries and stuff because it's not the proper way to like hold your sticks or play. So then then I started playing with my wrists, and then I realized I'm just like, what the fuck? It's actually, I need to use my fingers too, you know? And it's just like, that's the type of shit that people just don't get. It's not just like, oh, you got to just hold them stiff and like do this. And I was like, nah, dude. It's just like, it's a really full body workout where you're using your fingers too and your wrists. Like,
hand, wrist, fingers,
Yeah.
forearm, elbow, shoulder.
all
you
that
use
shit. Your back, your
whole
lower
thing.
back.
Legs.
Your
It's a whole body thing.
Your abs, you get abs too because you got to
I'm
like.
always shocked. Drummers are weird to me. You explain this to me since you're an
I'm
active
weird,
drummer.
yeah. Well,
They're
what-
either like fit and shredded because of the type of movement that drumming is,
Or they're not.
or they're the opposite of that. What is going on with drummers? They're either like they're always the most fit person in the band, or they're the opposite.
I was actually talking about that with someone.
Am I crazy for thinking? I feel like I see that so much where they're like just the most jacked person or fit, physically fit. Rather not you're jacked, just fit.
Yeah.
Because you're not lifting a lot of weight. But you could be like, you move so much, you burn so much energy, your muscles are nice and shredded. You either see that or you just see like the most chill, like large person, usually a dude, just like vibing out. But you don't, it's something about drums. I see such extremes with drums.
I don't want to be such a dick about saying this, but I guess it really just depends on what type of drummer you are. If you think about it, like all of the metal drummers, they're a little heavy set.
Or just larger, maybe like 6'5".
Yeah.
Just large.
Because they're just like.
Takes a
and
lot of
what-
energy to push that
Well,
information out.
The thing is that they're just like, they're just doing blast beats constantly.
Oh, yeah.
When you think about it. They're just like, da 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 da, and they're just like this. But it's just like, when you look at a drummer or a jazz drummer, they're doing a lot.
Oh, yeah.
They're just like fucking looking like an octopus, just like blah, 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 like that. And they're like using single pedals instead of double, you know?
Yeah.
So they're doing like twice the work.
Crazy heel toe movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, syncopated, doing 3 against 4, doing poly measures
Yeah,
without
dude.
anything but a very stripped down. As stripped down as that kit, you know, something like that. Not anything crazy.
That's like how usually my setup is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my favorite setup. The second 4 tom is optional. And then just the rack and 4, snare kick, 22-inch kick. I don't like too big. I don't like too small. Yeah. It's an easy kit to work with. No one really ever complains. No drummers ever complain when they have to use that for a session or something, you know? Yeah.
But
It's been funny watching you look at it a lot.
yeah, I like looking
Especially when you
at
talk about
some-
drums, you're like,
Yeah.
I can see your eyes look at it.
Sorry.
I can just tell, like, you looking at the drum kit again?
I mean, whatever. It's just like you don't have to be like a physical stature to be a
No.
drummer or anything. And like, I mean, I'm tiny, but at the same time, you know, and my metabolism is fast. But now it's slowing down. Now I'm like older and shit. And I'm a garbage pail kid, so like I eat a lot of
Like the Garbage Pail Kids from the 80s?
yeah, I'm
Like
just
one
like
of those?
I just like love trash food. Like I fucking love McDonald's.
Wait, so I'm trying to
So
figure.
that's
I'm
I'm
trying to
just like
understand
I'm
you.
not that fit.
So you like
I'm not,
McDonald's.
yeah, I'm not that fit.
But how much are you eating of it?
Oh my god, because of tour. Okay, TMI again. Or it's not even like that. It's not like nasty or anything, but it's just like I'm literally spilling all of my like tea about myself. Like, oh my god, am I gonna regret this?
TMI?
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, yeah. What the fuck was I gonna say now?
Sorry, I always throw
I
you off with my
know!
puns, and I'm like, she's gonna kill me.
I'm not. It's funny because I'm just like I
You're saying
feel like
TMI on tour, you have a lot of McDonald's.
oh, because it's like all right, so for the past 3 years I have been touring a lot, you know, and it's just like I was touring a lot with the Darts, and then with Bev, like we're pretty active too, actually. And then like even like 2023 was like a huge year for me because I was like always on the road. I was like released 2 records actually. So I was like fucking busy,
Yeah.
you know? So for the past 3 years I've been on the road a lot. So it's just like I've been like eating like shit, you know? And it's just like I try to like intermittent fasting. I try to do that when I'm at home and I'll do really good. And then all of a sudden, all that would go to shit because I'm just like, oh no, on the other side of the world. And now I'm like hungry and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be eating now. Or when do I eat? You know?
You're all
and like,
thrown off, yeah.
yeah. So like when you're on tour, like you go to the bathroom when you need to go to the bathroom when the van stops. So I trained myself to do that or eat when you have time. So it's just like, it's McDonald's all the fucking
It's hard to
time.
get clean stuff.
Yeah, but goddamn, like
Well, you must not eat a lot of
McDonald's
it.
in Europe is just insane. And then they have like vegetarian option there, like in Spain they have like the dopest like BK menu because they have plant-based menu and regular menu, which is cool. Anyways, but I was like really always stoked to go back to Europe because I'm just like I love the fast food and it's so much better there, obviously because the ingredients.
Everything
are,
is better there.
Yeah,
All their food
their
is better there.
ingredients are just like
Top
way
notch,
better.
Not as poisonous.
Yeah, because
they try
you know,
to not at least make it poison. They put in some effort.
Yeah, but like over there, they're just like, ew, that's nasty. But I'm just like, oh, your fast food is like top notch to me because like
Ours is
garbage. It's like legit garbage.
Theirs is a little bit less garbage.
Yeah, but I still love it no matter what. But yeah, so then the last tour that I was at, so this is where I was getting to about being a garbage pail kid. The last tour was like basically 2 months. Like I had like a 7 day break in between those 1 month tours each, but I was just like drinking Cali Muchos and eating freaking McDonald's and fucking fish and chips like for a month straight. So we were in like we played.
You did a European supersize me.
Yeah. So I was just like, I thought I was like getting back on track and I was like feeling good and I was like looking good and I wasn't like looking like a freaking chicken McNugget behind the kit, you know? Because like I have this fupa because I'm bent down. So I was like, oh, I look like a chicken McNugget, you know? And so then I thought I was doing really well in the beginning of the year. Am I?
No, you're good.
I was just like, am I fucking talking too
good.
much?
You're good.
Anyway, so then
Just
I was
making
just
me
like,
laugh. I look like a chicken nugget.
I
Behind.
did, because like the fupa
You
that
are
I'm
what
short.
you eat.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
What?
What did you just say before?
did I-
You look short.
I looked all short and like like I'm chicken
I thought you
McNugget.
said something else before that.
I don't know. What did I say?
I don't know.
Oh no!
I
Cut
didn't
that
hear what you
out.
said.
Whatever it is, cut it out.
Whatever, doesn't matter.
Anyways, I did look like a little chicken McNugget, and Cause yeah, my little fupa and like
That's what you said.
Yeah, my little fupa.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
The
because
best part about
I'm a
talking to
I'm
women
a
is the stuff that they say that men
I'm
never
a
say.
garbage pailed kid. You know,
You
like
do not look like someone who eats McDonald's every day or a lot. Or maybe you haven't as of recently since you're in Chicago.
I'm trying to get to like the point.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, because I don't want to forget
Okay,
again.
so you don't
and
look
then,
like a crazy person on the
so
drum
like
kit.
in the beginning of the year, what the fuck? I was like, oh yeah, we're in 2025 now.
Wow,
So the beginning of 2024, I was like getting fit. I was like working out. I was like seeing a physical trainer and this and that. And I was like trying to get fit and I was like eating better and like everything was great. And then all of a sudden, like I was like feeling good and I was like, I think I'm back to being healthy again, you know? And then all of a sudden, this past tour, I was just like drinking Calimuchos. And I don't know if you know what that is. It's
I do not know.
It's Coca-Cola and like red wine. So it's like one of these.
That sounds terrible.
It's like what they drink in Spain because
I like
it's
red wine, but putting that with Coke sounds like you're ruining it.
I thought it's a poor man's sangria basically.
Okay.
But yeah, I got obsessed with it because of Spain because like I was just like, oh, they don't really have like certain alcohol available. Like I love tequila, but in Europe it's hard to get tequila for some reason. So they're just like, oh, here, have Calimucho. And I was like, the hell is this? And then I fell in love with it because like I love sweets, you know? So I was drinking that every single day. Like on our rider, we had like 3 bottles of wine just between me and the bassist because we're just like, that's all we want. We don't fucking drink beer. Give us wine.
You don't like beer?
No, I hate beer.
I love beer.
But
Love it.
we
Love
would
wine too, though.
We would take that wine and we would I would put Coca-Cola in it. I did that in France and they got so fucking pissed. And
I could see that.
Yeah, and I know why. So I would have to sneak it. And instead, I would be like ordering it separate. I'm just like, can I have a Coca-Cola and red wine? And then I'd go to the green room
and hide
and like fucking mix it myself because that's an insult to them. Because,
oh my
like,
God. The French, wine is their everything.
Yeah.
That is an insult. I'd be insulted. I'm not even French.
But I totally get it. That's why I was just like, what the fuck? I'm not at home. Like, I need to respect them. So, like, I would do crazy shit like that. But, yeah, in France, anywhere, what country we were in, I was always drinking that every single night. And then I would eat McDonald's. And then... when we played
you sound way younger than you are. You're
then when we played in the UK, we played way too long in the UK. It's just like we were there for 2 weeks.
What?
Yeah, it's insane.
It's the size of Indiana. Why are you there for 2 weeks?
Because
it is Indiana. It's the
I don't know. We were there for so fucking long.
I just said that to be funny.
And I was just eating fish and chips.
Oh my God, 2 weeks in England.
Yeah,
Where do you go?
eating fish and chips, and then I was like fucking eating ice cream, and I'm lactose intolerant. So I was like fucking up my body.
What are you doing to yourself?
Because I don't know. I was like unhappy. I was unhappy during those tours.
I'm sorry.
Hence why I quit. I was unhappy, but I was just like, all right. But when we're on stage, I of course had to stay professional and like put like 110%. But then when we were off stage, I was just like sleeping and I was just like being a little raccoon, like food hoarding, you know, in the van because we had our own section. And so then we would call it raccooning because
garbage pail raccoon.
Yeah.
Literally.
Rosie the raccoon. That should be my fucking
Rosie the garbage pail
Yeah.
raccoon. That goes well because raccoons love garbage.
Yeah, but to just like be like just crazy, like all this like different snacks. Like the floor was covered with like groceries because we would just like bring everything. Like we would take everything from the green room. So like whatever we had on the rider, we're just like take it every night, take it all. So we're like hoarding all these freaking food, and I'm just like after every show, just sleep. And I wake up and I would just eat McDonald's and then go to the bathroom and then go back to the van, take a nap, wake up, fucking drink, and all of a sudden wake up, have McDonald's for breakfast, go to the bathroom, go back to the van, pee. That's like my schedule for like a whole month, right?
How'd you feel inside?
I felt like dying.
Do you think that was adding to your issues you're having with the band, maybe?
No,
Not
'cause
helping.
I love
Exacerbating?
food. I love food, so every time I was eating, it was making me so happy, and I was just like, here I am getting fat and sassy, because it was making me happy. And then I got home, and then I was like, oh, I'm so depressed, and I was like, what the hell is going on with me? And then I went to the doctor, and I was talking to my provider because I was just like, oh, I don't know if I need to go back on anti-anxiety depression meds because last year, the beginning of the year, I went off of it because I thought I was mentally okay. But then after the whole drama with the band happened, I was just like, oh no. I was just like, I fucked up and I think I got off them too soon because I was like, now I feel like I'm depressed again, I went through a lot of changes last year, definitely. But yeah, so when I went back home, went to the doctor, I was just like, you need to take some blood work because I was basically filling her in my life for the past year or the past few months, and she's like, oh, so you drink and you've been drinking every day, and what do you eat? And she's like, I'm pretty sure you don't eat well because you're always on the road. And I'm like, absolutely. I was like, and I legit told her, I was like, I'm a garbage pail kid. And she was laughing, and she's like, I never heard that from an adult before.
Yeah.
And then in my head, I was like, I just need to shut up right now. But yeah, she's just like, we need to check your blood work and make sure that you're healthy, right?
Were you?
Oh no!
Would they tell you? If you know to go into details, this is
Well,
obviously public.
this is the tea.
Okay, this is the tea that you're
It's
spilling.
just you look at me and you're just like, oh yeah, she's fine. She's healthy as a horse. I'm absolutely not. My cholesterol and my blood pressure was so freaking high, and I'm basically close to being pre-diabetic right now.
Right now?
Yes.
Right now.
Absolutely.
You got to hang out with me.
I know. I think
I will
so.
help
I'm
you.
sorry.
I will help you out.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, oh my god, it's because of fucking McDonald's
And
and
your wine and Coke.
and the wine,
sugar,
the
is it
Coke.
Diet Coke?
Oh my god! So it's just
Is it your normal Coke?
Oh yeah.
So all that sugar. So ethanol and sugar, which is always the best hangover. Yeah, you're really pushing it there, eh?
I pushed it. I pushed the limit, and so then my doctor was just like, and you're vitamin D deficient, so you have to take this and blah blah blah. And she's like, you really have to change your diet. And knowing the fact that she's like, I don't understand, you play the drums and you look fit, but you I guess you need to continue to exercise. And I'm just like, dude, I haven't had time to exercise when I'm on the road. I'm just a little fucking potato,
It's not the exercise, it's the diet.
It's the diet for sure. Because I'm just I'm playing drums and I'm just now I'm getting in routine of exercising again, and my stamina is pretty good, but yeah, it's my freaking diet. So yeah, going back to answer all that questions about fit drummers and non-fit drummers, I am not fit at all.
Yeah.
I am probably freaking unhealthy compared to other drummers in Chicago right now.
Yeah.
So
that was I forgot about that. Was a long circle back to that.
Yeah. That was an hour ago.
That was clever. That was
yeah.
good.
See?
Yeah.
My muscle memory fucking kicked in. It's not going to come
You did
back.
not strike me as someone who just eats McDonald's and drinks wine and Coke. Cola.
Let me show you something.
Oh my goodness. I can't stand McDonald's. I don't even know the last time I had it.
Look at that shit.
What's this? They give that for some
It's my
times you went,
friggin'-
They gave you an award?
It's
Your AirPod control?
Yeah.
Pack? Oh my god. You are a goofball.
Yeah, I am a goofball.
McDonald's. Why McDonald's? Why fast food? Why you pick that?
I don't fucking know.
There's
It's
so
just,
much better things out there.
The Big Mac is just so good.
Is it?
It's really good.
Have you
It's
had a good burger? Like a real burger?
Yeah.
It's way better than a Big Mac.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Well, here's another thing that's just so fucked up. It's what's really messed up is that my stomach doesn't handle red meat that well either. So it's I could go to a really expensive fancy restaurant and here I am ordering salmon because that's what my stomach could handle,
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, what the fuck's wrong with me? Here am I eating fucking Big Macs, but I can't eat $100 steak. I'm like half-assed backwards.
Well, it's probably because that Big Mac is not steak.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
it's
why.
just like cardboard.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know what it is.
3% steak. That's probably why you can eat it. So if you have good quality red meat, it doesn't agree with your stomach or your body.
I mean,
but if
like
you have
red meat in general is just like I've never been able to like be okay with it. Like I'll eat it anyways because I love torturing myself. So I'll like fucking have ice cream and like.
So you're lactose intolerant and can have red meat?
Can't
What about
have
like
red
pork?
Oh,
pork?
Pork is like bajigs too.
Really?
Like,
That's a big Filipino food is pork.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like huge. It's like the biggest
Why
one.
do you think my cholesterol is so fucking high? You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm sorry. Am I like I'm oversharing.
No, it's okay.
But anyways, like
it's good. People need to hear this. People need to hear that you could still be thin, perceived as being
and
fit because you're
pre-diabetic.
thin, but you could have issues with cholesterol, diabetes, blood pressure.
Yeah.
Because being malnourished, it doesn't necessarily mean you're like not getting enough food so you're thin. It could be that you're getting enough calories to burn the fuel to exist as a person, to maintain a homeostasis. Doesn't mean the fuel is of good quality for longevity.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you could
it's
still
just like social media. Like everyone just like fucking puts everything that's like happy-go-lucky and posts that, but then behind that fucking phone or camera, like their life's probably shitty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's another thing I hate about social media. It's like super fake, you know?
That's exactly why what I said earlier, why I don't want to post like the gotcha moments, and all that, because it's not real. What really happened is you came here, been chatting for a couple hours, we're having fun. That's the whole entity of the long. That's what really happened, not this little. So I can't do the fake. I just can't. But
I love that.
But
no one likes fakes or liars.
I can't grow easily because I've been this way in fact, I kept this festival a secret for so long, just to not have it be compromised by anything, and so I can get away with it with the police and the neighbors and my family. My family didn't even know about it.
Oh, you don't want to be like Riot Fest?
No. Just kidding. Or Pitchfork, who sold out and then they stopped on us.
Yeah.
Screw Lollapalooza. I mean, I'm trying to take this festival and keep doing it so I can show.
Yeah, keep like the independent music alive,
I'm trying.
man.
Money.
Yeah.
Money. You know how much money I made from a decade of this? Well, I lost a bunch.
Yeah,
I didn't make
that's what
anything.
I'm saying.
It's like I went to college. I went more in debt doing this than I did.
Well, it's because you're passionate.
I just didn't charge people, and I just, there was like not a lot of exchange of money. It was just everyone came together to add their skills that they had.
Yeah.
So we can do something as a better part as a whole than, as independents. But I'm trying to do something better with the music festival. I'm looking for investors. If anybody knows who wants to invest in a person who did a festival for 10 years in their backyard and they're trying to bring it to Armour Square Park and then show the world how to actually do a music festival, I'm like, all these uneducated swines in the music industry that are corporate people that own millions of dollars worth of things in these conglomerates that put on a Pitchfork and a Lollapalooza and a Bonnaroo and a Glastonbury and a Coachella. Give me that money and I will change the world.
Yeah.
Because I know exactly what it is, what it takes, what people do, sleeping on the floor, being broke, beyond broke, forever, helping people, growing, building shit with your bare hands.
See, this is the
getting
type
hurt.
of shit that you need to put so you could go viral and it would benefit you.
I wouldn't go viral because then I'd have to cut this part and put it in there. I also don't look pretty enough.
Oh God, you look great.
Oh,
this like sweater that you're wearing, I would fucking rock that.
Oh, thank you.
Anytime.
It's cozy.
It does look cozy.
I got it as a Christmas present. It's cozy. Yeah, I don't know. It's exhausting. The music industry's.
It's exhausting.
I see all the problems.
It's exhausting. It's not what you think it is. I don't know. It's just like, I don't want to crush anyone's dreams out there or anything. I just like want to be real as fuck, and that's like me. I'm
be real.
like,
Tell 'em.
I'm always gonna be real, and I mean, yeah, I am a millennial and I'm a grown ass adult, but I love McDonald's. Oh my God, and I didn't even tell you this. I actually like fingerboard too. Are you laughing at me?
No, I'm just laughing at everything. 'Cause
I fingerboard.
the way you hop, and then as soon as I like interject with a joke and it gives you a brain fart, you're like pissed. Even though you hop so much. But it's
I know.
the second I interrupt the hopping, you're like, wait a minute.
I guess I do have a lot to say, you know?
You never even talked about how, we still have to go back to the tattoos, how you have a bunch, but how you don't like them or something. You said something earlier that made me laugh.
Because it's
like,
just
don't even want them
because
or
I
something.
made bad decisions, you know? Like, it's just like, I have so many cover-ups right now, like, a
Tattoos
lot.
that cover up other tattoos?
Oh, absolutely.
How many?
Oh my God. You want to know? Fuck,
I want to know
we're
everything.
bouncing around a lot that
It's
I'm
okay.
forgetting like other shit.
We'll
that
get
I'm
back to
saying.
it. Now we're talking about tattoos. We'll get back to the music industry and you being honest about it.
Oh yeah. Well, let me just like finish. Like I'll just
Yeah.
be like how I was saying. I've never changed. I think I've been like this ever since high school. Like I'm not saying like I'm immature, but I'm just like, this is my personality. I'm weird and I like weird things. Like I have a toy collection at home and that's like my prized possession is
What kind of toys? What is it?
like 90s shit.
Like what?
Like Power Rangers and like E.T.
Yeah.
Like
the VHS that was green?
What?
The E.T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know
dude.
what I'm talking about? The green VHS that was E.T.? It might have been blue.
No, it's blue.
It's blue.
I was thinking
Green
about
was,
I was thinking about Power Rangers.
Green, I think, was Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's
I think
Ninja
the first
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles might have been green, the VHS, and then the E.T. was blue.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Good old days.
I don't have that, but
So you have collections, Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
What other kind are there?
There's like freaking, I don't know, like
I only know about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers
There's
from
like
the
Turbo
early
or
90s.
like Beast Mode shit.
How
like,
awesome was that movie? The first one with the ooze?
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
I still
Rita?
watch it. Yeah, and I still watch it up to now. Like I'm just like, what should I watch? Oh, I'll just watch. And the toys that they had for McDonald's was pretty bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, you're not weird because I think we're around the same age. I'm 35 and I don't have kids. And
I don't know how old I am actually right now. Let me think.
You don't know how
Oh,
old you
yeah,
are.
I do. I just keep thinking, I'm like, I think, I was just like.
I don't know. Let me think about
Yeah,
how
I
old
was
I
just
am.
like-
real quick. I can help you. If you
No,
tell
no,
me
no.
the year, I will tell you the math. It's straightforward.
I'm almost 40.
So 38 or 39?
Anyways, you could just take a guess, but no, don't say it out loud or anything.
Yeah. You exist. Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know why it matters.
That's why I was just like, I don't give a shit.
Doesn't matter.
I have a toy collection.
I never would have guessed that, by the way.
People say that all the time. They always ask
Well,
me.
you just have a young, like, you're very, like, youthful and, like, alive and, like, energetic.
Yeah, because I just, like, want to live my life.
Yeah.
Like, stop trying
Your
to, like...
mentality and attitude makes you younger. And then you just don't
Because
look...
you want me to be serious and
You don't
shit,
look
so
older
I'm
either.
like... Well, I think that's another reason why I, like... I guess I look younger than what people think, or what I am, because I'm just, like... I am a bit immature. You know, my band...
Who isn't, though?
My bandmates say that I go a little too far.
I don't know anybody our age that isn't immature
You
at
know?
times, you know?
My bandmates say that I go a little too far.
In
My
what way?
old
Give me an example.
bandmates-
Give me an example.
Huh?
I'll be the determiner. I'll be the person to determine if you're immature or not. Objectively, since I don't know you that well.
Okay, so like I have like I don't know. I have I have like a pack of like nude color like underwear. You know?
Nude.
Yeah, they're like
color
I call they're like the
so
color
they're
of
underwear
my
that looks the color of your skin.
yeah the color
Okay.
of my skin. I call them my nudie cuties. You know,
Okay.
and I'll take them on tour or something sometimes because like I
Okay.
like to play this trick on like my bandmates where it's not even funny, but it's just like it throws people off that they're just like, what is going on with you? Like, why are you like this? Like, I'll pull my pants down and I'm like, look, I shaved. And they'll look. And it
In front of the stage or with your
I'll,
friends
like-
in private?
I did it actually when I was in Europe. I did it like in the hallway, like of the venue, while people were like walking past.
That one I'd be like, keep doing what you're doing, but just maybe I'd do it in that context. Maybe do it like in the green room or places like
I've
that.
done it in the green
Yeah.
room. I've
So
done it everywhere.
That's what they think
So,
is too
like,
much?
No, they're just like, I'll look, I shaved. And they'll be like, what the fuck? Why?
That's pretty funny.
And I was like, why are you looking though? You know? That's
I mean,
the
if someone
thing.
said, look, I shaved, I'd look. I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
show me. I don't know.
And then
I don't
it
see the
looks
problem.
like,
This is funny. It's a
well,
funny joke.
it's funny, but
Especially
then
it's
they're
your
just
friends,
like,
right?
well, that type of shit. They're just like, why do you do stuff like that? Like,
Because it's funny.
it is
It doesn't
funny.
hurt anybody, and it's
But that's
it's
why
all your peers,
that's
right?
why they're just like, you are who you are, and that's why
Yeah.
we love you. But like, they're just like, oh, you don't see like a CEO of a company doing that to you.
Yeah, but most CEOs of companies suck. So
I guess so.
they have a stick up their butt. They wouldn't have fun a day in their life if you let them. They can't. The whole world would fall apart if something they did went viral because they actually lived like a human being for once instead of being a robot, just so the stocks can keep going up.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, who cares? I don't want to live like that. I would never want
Yeah,
to be a
that's
politician or a CEO. I don't want any
I
of that.
can't even think of other examples. But anyways, like
You
that's
sound
like,
fine to me. I think I'm just insane. So everything.
yeah,
You got to
you're
be
jaded.
like killing people.
You're fucking jaded. That's what you
I'm not
are.
jaded. I think everything's fine. I think unless
Yeah.
you're hurting someone,
Yeah.
physically, sexually, like emotionally, unless you're doing that, if you're not doing that and you're just doing stuff yourself, especially when it's just to your body and you, who cares? Like at all? Like who cares at all? Do you want to get piercings and tattoos everywhere and wear underwear that looks like your skin?
Yeah. See, I'm not
Whatever.
fazed by anything either. So I think that's why I feel really comfortable with you, actually. So, thanks for inviting me to your
yeah.
podcast.
Oh, you're welcome. It's been fun. You were quiet at first, and then you just came out.
Yeah.
Start flying.
It's because my like muscle memory kicked in. It's like being on it's like playing a show. It's like in the beginning you're just like low energy and you're just like, checking the vibes, seeing how the audience is going to react, and then you're like, all right, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm going to let loose. You know? That's how I felt. So it takes a little bit. I like dip my feet a little bit, and then I guess I'll like see what I could get away with. And then if I get away with a lot, then I'm doing it. I'm going for it now.
And I really don't resist or restrict anybody from doing or saying anything.
Thanks.
Especially people I'm just meeting.
Yeah.
People I don't know that well. People from different worlds. I mean, like, tell us the story. The world needs to know. Not everyone knows what you've been through, what you do, how you got here.
Yeah.
Inspirational stuff. There are other women. You've done a lot of stuff that not a lot of women have done historically. Maybe more now, but not that much. So, like, with 20 years of experience doing this stuff, there are younger girls listening that can be like, oh, I could be a drummer, I could do this, I can hang out, I could wear skin underwear and play jokes with my friends, I could be a woman who is a prankster and be funny with my friends instead of letting only guys be funny, just little details like that.
Oh my God,
You know
now
what I
I
mean?
remember. Now I remember.
It came back.
It came back.
Don't forget it. Tell us.
Okay. I still remember about the tattoos, the tattoo story, but let's rewind all the way like 2 hours back, I guess, to like why I mentioned about like social media or whatever.
Sure.
And like how I like posted that video of me saying like, shut the fuck up. And it's just like that, like, that type of shit, people love that because it's like, yeah, what is the tea?
They
like,
love
why you who's talking shit or who's lying, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, on my social media, like, all I do is post drum videos or me saying or doing dumb shit, And it's just like, and I don't care. And I was just like, I don't care if like no one likes it or they don't think it's funny. It's just like, that's my personality. And that's the type of shit I want to put out there so people will know who I am, But it's so funny because like that story alone, I had so many people like sliding into my DMs, like asking like, oh, is it about this person specifically? But like, I'll like post a flyer of my show and like no one gives a fuck about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Or it's just like, like I'll just like post a joke or something and like I'll get like a couple of laughs or a couple of comments and then I'll post like a fucking selfie of myself and it's just like, oh, that's the most likes I've ever had. I was like, nothing makes sense on social media too. I'm just like,
It makes sense. I can
I'm
tell
like,
you.
why-
Want me to tell
I'm
you
just
why
like-
that happened?
why? I'm like I have more likes on my selfie than my fucking drumming video? What?
Yeah,
Why?
Because you're a woman. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm telling you the fact. The photos I post with women in them get way more views. Even though it's about me. It's my page. It's my thing. If a photo with you,
Yeah.
especially if it's just like you and I on an angle, like a photo we'll take after this podcast to promote it.
Yeah.
If I put it on Instagram stories, it'll get 1,000 views on Instagram story. If I do just
Let's
one of,
do it!
I'm serious. If I do one of just me, still saying great episode coming out soon, even tagging you,
2 likes.
200. No,
Oh,
I'll still
200.
get. So it'd be like a fifth. But it's my channel. It's my thing. It's my ideas and my show.
Yeah.
And it'll still be a fifth, a sixth if there's a woman.
Sorry, I keep fucking
No, it's okay.
kicking your foot.
Same with the clips for videos. When I post a clip to promote the podcast, it'll be a 60-second clip, so I can put it on TikTok, X, Instagram, just everywhere.
Yeah.
If it's with a woman, especially if it's about something more like juicy, way more clips. I posted one recently. A
Why does it
girl
have to
going to
be
Harvard
that
talking
way?
about parties, and it
Yeah.
got like 5,000 views in like a day. And then the next one I post of just talking with someone, it's 200. Like way less, like not even computing.
What's going on,
So
man?
looks, women, bodies, women. It's the reason why women works. My thoughts, my opinions on doing this for a long time. You get double the likes. You get both women and men. You get women who are like, "Yeah, you go, girl. Empower us." And then you get every guy who's like, "She's hot." Like, so you cover all demographics that way, and you can go across ages that way.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get old dudes who're like, "She's hot." Young dudes who's like, "She's hot." You literally anyone from
the
10
old
to
dudes
death
love me
will
too.
love you.
The
From
old
10,
dudes
from
love me
puberty
too,
till they're
man.
dead, they'll love you. So you
Yeah.
got a whole 80 years of men that will like you. And then women, you'll get a lot of younger and middle-aged that be like, "Oh, she's cool. You go. It was awesome you're doing that. I love that you're like doing the thing." So you spread out all of it.
Yeah.
And
That makes
humans are
sense.
inherently normalized to looking at women on a screen and like either in their head going, "I like that." Either it's People magazine when you're looking at Reese's before you check out your whole life in stores.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You're seeing a woman on a thing, you go yes or no. And so it's a common psychological
That's
thing
so
they've been
weird.
put. My thoughts on it, yeah, because I don't get shit. No, I barely get anything. As soon as I can get someone in, even if it's another guy, if I can get another person in the shot, more likes. If I get a woman, it goes through the roof. Yeah. Same with the videos I post. Same with
Wow.
everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's not just like, oh, women. It's like, no, I think it's double because you get both men and women. By myself, if I post, you'll get a few brave women who still would admit like they think I'm hot and they'll heart it. Okay, not many. I'm serious. Not many, but you'll get a couple.
Yeah.
And then the women in your life that are just platonic, like your friends, your aunt, your cousin, your girlfriend. Oh, good job, man. Cool. And then maybe a few dudes that are like, they like you, think you're cool. That's
Yeah.
it. So it's like way less. It just falls off compared. Yeah, and then you throw in skin. The more skin you show, hairstyles. I mean, the sky's the limit.
Wow, it's like I'm taking like a social media class right now. Thank you.
I study it a lot because I want to be aware. I want to be aware of it. I want to be aware of what I'm doing. I want to be aware that I'm deliberately not doing the viral and like the juicy stuff because of these things. I'm going against the grain on purpose to prove
I
a
love
point.
that.
To prove how obvious it is. You know.
Well, that's another thing is just like, I'm going to throw it out there. Like one of the reasons why I left that other band is because I was totally like against and over being like sexualized.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the two other women that I was playing music with, we were all in the same boat. We all had the same personalities. Like thank freaking God, And that's like what made it so easy is that like when you're on tour, you really have to get along with everyone because it's like that's all you have,
Yeah.
And they were literally on the same boat, like, of like, why does it have to be that way? Why do we have to wear this? Like, why do we have to like, why do we have to all like, how when they're promoting a band, and why does it always have to say like all female lineup or like put that out there? It's just like why can't? Yeah, it
But
still fucking happens.
It's our fault too, though, because
I
we
know.
do that shit because we're trying to be cool.
We did that, and that was another thing, and I think that's the other thing that how Mystery Actions like, we weren't together as long, but like we got a lot of attention and we got a lot of good shows because like, or people would come out because it would say that, like it'd say that. And then, so then being in this like last band, I'm just like, I don't want to be sexualized anymore, or I just like, why do we always have to like make it a point that it's just like, yeah, we're fucking females,
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, and it's so messed up because it just like it's still happening. You
They
know?
do it with sex. They do it with race. They do it with
Yeah.
religion. The categorization, the obsessiveness of categorizing things and putting them into box to have compartments in your mind. It's a natural human thing. It's why we have patterns. That's why music works so well with us. We have melody recognition and pattern recognition. It's why we
Yeah.
have chunking in our brain for numbers and threes and fours. It's why every musical pattern is a 3 or 4. It's why every number,
Yeah.
Social Security, cell phone is 3 and 4. Same reason. Anyway, but we keep doing that. We keep saying white, black, brown, Asian, old, young, tall, small, white, women, men.
That's why I hate tattoos. That was another reason why.
Why?
Because the attention that I get, or how I got it when I first started getting tattoos, I was getting a lot of attention because of it. Or it's just like people would just stare all the time. Well, which is weird. It was like in the early 2000s, obviously.
So
you know,
that's probably why.
Yeah, but then now, like, no one gives a shit about like me being covered. I still get comments here and there from people, but like, whatever. I'm used to it now.
If you're in Chicago,
yeah,
it's pretty normal. If you're in Dubuque, Iowa, people might stare more.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but that's the thing. It's just like for years in the beginning when I was getting tattoos, like I was getting like unwanted attention, and people were like, "That's why you got tattoos. You want the attention." And I was like, "No, because I enjoy it. Like I enjoy it for myself. I don't want, to be." That was another thing of being sexualized. Of like, a woman that's heavily tattooed, like that's what people fantasize too, which is fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? And I always ask my partner about this too, or like, I'm like, I wonder if you'd still be attracted to me if I'm like super square and I didn't have any tattoos.
It's hard to answer because it's a part of who you are. It's how you look.
She was like, she's like, you're a cartoon character. She's just like, even like if you didn't have tattoos and like if we were talking, like you're just like very interesting,
She probably still would be, because at the end of the day, especially long-term relationships, it's about the personality.
Yeah.
If you can if it's a real thing, it's about the personality. Because, yeah, I mean, tattoos are cool. They might catch someone's eye, but if you can't hold a conversation and you're a freaking idiot, then like, who cares about your sexy tattoos? Like, who gives What are you going to do with that?
Right?
You can't hold conversations with ink on your skin that's fading every year. So, like, what are we going to do here? It's
I'm
probably
like, if I had a turtleneck on and long sleeves, you'd still think I was hot. And she's like, absolutely. I'm like, yeah, great.
I think your personality would have came out in some way besides just like tattoos. It would have manifested in other ways.
I'm actually pretty shy though. It's weird. People like, they're just like, you're super outgoing. And I'm just like, that's not true. I'm like super shy. Like, honestly, when I was like on my way here, I was just like, oh God. I was like, is this guy going to hate me? Or I was like, this is probably going to get weird.
Why?
That's why I was like, in the beginning, I was a little reserved.
Why? You came in. You didn't say anything. Every single person who comments about this basement, you didn't say a word.
Really?
Yeah, you came in, you just like walked past everything right there, which is a lot of stuff you've been looking at for 2 hours. You just like walked in, you're like, here's my coat. Did you read my writer? Where's my wine and my Coca-Cola and my Big Mac? What if I had that ready for you?
Oh my God. I would probably like, that would break the ice and be like, who the hell are you? We're friends.
Why do you know that I like Coca-Cola, wine, and
I would be
Mac?
like, my mind would be blown.
The next one, if we ever do it again, we'll have Big Macs,
yeah.
wine, and Coca-Cola.
I'm trying to give it up. It's been a while.
Maybe we won't have it.
Let's wait until I get my blood work back when I, like, in the next few months to check if, like...
Takes that long for blood work?
Well, no, I have to get my... Oh, you're
going to do it?
Yeah, because I have to, like, take care of myself right now. I have to get those numbers down.
You sound like an old lady.
Yeah, I got to get my numbers down.
My doctor said I got to get my numbers down.
Yeah.
I got to get off the statins and metformin because, it's not good for you.
That says, like, let's say if you did have a Big Mac, I would be, like, really sad because I'd be like, I can't eat that right now because I got to get my numbers down.
All right, I have a good way to get your numbers down. We'll do a non-alcoholic wine into a Diet Coke.
I can't drink soda. I cut soda completely.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Now I'm just drinking, like, water and, like, mushroom coffee.
That's great. You don't like regular coffee?
I do, but then I'm just like, I gotta like fix what's happening here because it's all fucked. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like trying to do what I think is right, what Instagram is like feeding me right now. You know how many ads I got from like that mushroom coffee? So they got me.
Oh, they
and
got
now
you.
I'm on it. And it's actually doing wonders. So
Are you on Onnit? You've been using Onnit?
no,
That
it's
was
not.
another pun. It's like a
I
house
know.
company, Onnit.
No.
Yeah, I could do it forever.
But hey, if they, they're watching this, they could probably sponsor
Send
me.
us stuff. I
Yeah.
need sponsors. Part of me
On it.
needs sponsors. Part
They're
of me
on
doesn't-
it.
Part of me doesn't want them because I want to be able to say whatever I want, however I want, to whoever I want, and never worry about like losing my livelihood or something. You know?
Yeah.
I want to be able to say like
that's real.
like fuck CEOs and like tech companies and pharmaceutical companies and like not like lose my house or my life or something. So
That's real.
I just don't like them at all.
See, that's why, like, being a musician, you could get away with a lot of shit. Because, like, you could swear, you could, and they're like, oh, they're like, we'll endorse you. All you got to do is play shows. And fucking post about it. I was like, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's another thing with, like, endorsements. It's like, people are just like, are you getting it for free? And I was just like, no, you can't get everything for free. I was like, they're going to go bankrupt if they're giving all their, like, all their drummers, like, all these free shit.
They give them discounts. Like Fender is a big
Yeah.
one of people we know.
Doesn't
and they give
matter.
out usually half off and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what
Which is a
we
lot.
deserve, and that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
know?
Half off of a bass that's, $1,500, $750.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's
I'm
way
telling
better than
you.
paying full price. And they're
Like-
brand new. You're getting brand new equipment for half off is not bad.
Yeah, I'm just like, stop trying to get shit for free. Like, you got to help them out too. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
we're
saying?
not. You're not. If you're super famous, you probably get
know.
all the free shit you want. But it's funny. The more money you make and the more popularity and power you have, the more free stuff you get.
I know. What
It's
the hell?
so funny. It's so funny.
Shit.
It doesn't
So
make
if you
any
want,
sense.
so if you want to use like the bits that me saying broad or like talking about being a freaking tattooed dyke, lesbian, Filipino,
Or how you get more views
yeah.
if you do a selfie
Yeah.
or more likes.
Fucking do it. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
just
Screw
do
'em.
it.
This is very meta that we're deliberately talking about it
I
and
know.
doing it, and then we're gonna do it anyway.
I need to get like a freaking, I got cymbals, I got sticks. I
got a
feel
snare?
like I just need like to get endorsed by like a freaking. I need shells, man. Shells
Gretsch.
is hard.
Let's get Gretsch or CNC.
CNC. Wow.
That'd be sick.
That was
I feel
like that was
Gretsch
the
could
kid
do
I
it.
played
Tama Pearl.
in Europe. The past tour was CNC, and it was
Really?
like amazing.
I think they stopped making them.
Yeah, it was like
They ran out of business, or they closed up shop. Like they still exist, but
Yeah.
they don't make new ones.
Yeah.
Which
so
means
like,
they're gonna be worth a lot of money.
You could find like people reselling shit and like, but their drums, wow,
They're sick. I always
they're
wanted a
pretty
kit,
sick.
but they're so much money.
Oh yeah,
It's like
and
triple that.
it's like it's heavy and the quality is great. But shit, give me $200, I could get a shitty kit and make it sound like that though. No lie.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just like, even like freak, fucking get at me, D drum. Like I'll freaking rock that. Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could. What about like Istanbul? You like like those kind of dark symbols? Do kind of symbols? Do you
I
wanna play with?
have TRX right now.
TRX, okay.
I'm endorsed by them.
Oh,
It's-
nice.
Yeah, so it's
Shout
like,
out to TRX.
yeah, shout out. Anyways, it's very similar to like, yeah, they're Turkish symbols. So I like the sound of it
The
too.
Turkish and their metalworking.
Yeah.
Metallurgies. They're good.
But I really wanted to get like endorsed by like Meinl, but goddamn, it's hard. It's hard because like the qualifications that they were asking for, I'm just like, what the hell? I'm not gonna be able to work a day job if I try to get endorsed by them. Like, you have to be a hardcore like influencer, like you have to be like making content constantly, and you have to have a certain amount of followers. That's another
The
thing.
follower thing.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Drives me
if I
crazy.
was like a dickhead, I would probably just buy my followers so I could trick everyone, but I'm not going to do that because I suck at social media and I
That
don't
also
know how
doesn't
that works.
last. 'Cause
Yeah,
they
like
start
it-
falling off. Like
Yeah,
you'll go
right?
up, and then within a couple of years, they'll all fall back down. which actually does way more worse things to your
Yeah,
algorithm and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I know. I'm just
You want
like,
more followers? You want me to tell you? Post stuff every day. Make sure
oh
you're in the middle of it in
God.
your face, and don't wear too many things on your skin.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's how you get a bunch of followers. I just gave you the secret hack. I'm surprised you didn't know that already.
No, I told you I'm not good at this. Like, I'm not great. Like, I don't even like the sound of my voice, you know? Like, it's weird. That's why I was just like, all right, like, I'll be in the back playing drums. Or, like, if I'm posting a video, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why do I sound like Minnie Mouse or something?
You don't sound like Minnie
So
Mouse.
if you could, like, alter my voice
don't sound like Minnie
somehow in
Mouse.
this, like, video, it sounds weird. Like,
I think you have a cool
like,
voice.
wait until it goes through, like, audio. It just sounds fucking weird,
It'll be fine.
you know?
It sounds weird to you. You want to know why?
Why? Because it's my voice?
Do you know why your voice sounds weird
No,
to you?
tell me.
I'm not going to tell you now.
What?
That sounded sarcastic to me. Were you being sarcastic with me? You're like, oh.
I'm always sarcastic.
Well, it's because the sound's coming out of your mouth, right? You have bone induction and low frequencies resonating through your chest cavity and face to your inner ear, like literally through your body to your ear. So you get a lot of low end and a lot of low induction through your bones. And then the high frequencies that come out of your mouth are too small to diffract around your mouth, which means to bend around and get back to your ears to hear them. So they kind of dissipate and fall off. It's almost like you have a filter taking off the high frequencies. So that's why when you listen back, it sounds high pitch. When you're talking to yourself as you speak now, it doesn't sound that. It sounds a little lower.
Yeah.
Less nasally, less high-pitched timbre. When you listen back, because you're going directly into a microphone that can pick up all those high frequencies, you don't have to worry about them getting lost as they try to bend back to your ear. And you're not doing the bone induction, so you're not getting a lot of low vibrations like you would feel against the wall with bass on the other side of it.
Yeah.
That's how you get that vibration through your ear. So because of that, the stuff that's coming straight forward out of you, that's recorded and then brought back while you listen through a speaker, usually sounds more nasally, higher pitch. It almost sounds like a different person, like your evil twin. It doesn't feel like you, and that's why nobody likes their voice. Nobody, even
I
the
feel
best
like
singers ever.
I sound like the evil twin, and then on camera or like whatever, I sound like the nice one, the nice innocent one. You know, like they're like, oh, she's so sweet and nice, and then all of a sudden they meet me in person, they're just like, oh.
You seem nice. I don't know. I've had nothing but
Nice
good time.
is like not a good adjective.
No?
Apparently. No.
I mean, I was saying that like broad. Like you don't seem like you're gonna kill me or like
Here's the
scream
thing.
at me.
I'm like super freaking loyal. I'm loyal. I'm honest. I can be blunt and stuff like that, and I can be terrifying. But like years of therapy definitely helped me with my anger management. So
Terrifying, really.
oh yeah, like I was a fucking nightmare. Like 10 years ago or even like less than that. Like I was a horrible human being.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like I was.
What percentage of that is just being too hard on yourself?
Oh no, you could ask like my exes.
Oh, okay. Everyone. What about
my
life? Do you think that
exes or,
made
like,
you feel like
family members? I don't know. I think it's like mainly because of like alcohol or like basically addiction or like some sort of substance abuse. Like, I was like struggling with that and depression a lot. So it's just like when you're just like literally self-medicating yourself, you do come off more angry, you know? And just like short-tempered and frustrated and like, you know, like therapy like really definitely helped me a lot understand how to stop myself from like blowing up, you know, or to like learn how to like communicate depending on who you're talking to, I guess. You know, that's why I'm just like, yeah, I don't know you, so I'm going to be like really self-reserved in the beginning, but then
it doesn't take long
yeah.
in this basement to get people open. Not at all.
But yeah, like I can like I'm always going to be loyal and honest, but like I guess you know, if you fucking piss me off or something, it's over, you know?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it is. There's just like, you like mess something up or you do anything to like hurt the people that I care about, like you're fucking screwed, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh, you think that you are like, You think that you're okay? Like, you think that, like, you're gonna get away with that? Like, no fucking way you are. You know?
You sound dead serious.
I am dead serious.
You've been in a lot of
and, like,
fights? You've been in
whoever's
some
gonna be
fights?
watching this probably knows what I'm talking about, too. Without me saying anything, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, you know, my friends are, like, my ride or dies, and, like, my bandmates are, like, family to me. And, like, you know, when I see, you know, people getting mistreated, I'm going to call that person out. I'm sorry. You know, like, it's just like, I'm like loyal to the point, like, you could easily be fooled because if you fuck that up, like, you know, you fucked with the wrong person. And I'm from Chicago, bro. Like, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just like, you don't fuck with anyone from Chicago.
Yeah, and you got all these... you just look like you're going to kill someone.
I should have wore makeup or something on my arms. Just kidding.
What about this?
What?
Say, what about this and this?
What are you talking
You'd have to wear it
about?
everywhere. I like your hair, but I like your hair a lot, by the way. It's a cool style.
Oh,
It reminds
thank you.
me of like late 70s, early 80s. A little bit.
That's what I was like going for, I guess.
Okay.
You know?
It's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm not trying to make you feel odd about your tattoos. They're awesome.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
They're cool.
Seriously, I don't get offended at all.
No,
like,
I mean, how could you? You can't be in your state and somehow be offended by someone talking about a tattoo or
No.
bringing him up. That's kind of ridiculous.
Well, going back to like what I was saying too is just like, you know, this person that made me quit this band said that I was like disrespectful and rude. And I was just like, tell me something that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Tell me something that I don't know. And then like the way that she was just like trying to make me feel bad. Like when I was like when I was like writing my departing email towards her to this person, like, you know, it was very professional and I was honest and I told her the reason why and like why everything, you know, went south with the whole band because like, you know, there was just certain things I just didn't agree. I don't like how people were getting treated, you know? And I was just like I said, it's like you disrespect the people that I care about or if you like literally are just like a lying human piece of shit, like I'm going to call you out on it, you know? And to have that person say that I'm like disrespectful and rude, it was just like super funny because I'm just like, everyone fucking knows that about me, that I'm disrespectful and rude, but they never see that side of me unless you fucking like crossed some freaking
you're
boundaries.
disrespectful and rude.
Yeah. Unless you cross some boundaries, you know?
Okay.
Like, so, yeah, dude, like.
So she crossed boundaries.
Oh, absolutely, you know? And it's just like, to this day, you're still lying about some stuff, but I'm not going to like spill that tea or talk about you because it's like, people are going to find out eventually. That's not just like, let it run its course and people are going to figure it out. I mean, fans already reached out to me and like figured it out, like, you know, and they're just like, oh, it's just so funny, like how fans, like, they're so nosy too. It's so great. I love it. I just like that. That's another thing why I love playing music is like the connection that you make with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh,
like, it's weird because like, yeah, I have anxiety. I'm shy. I have like especially like social anxiety. It's weird because like on stage, like it's like my freaking playground. I could just do whatever the fuck I want. Like take my shirt off, fucking like chug beers, like spit beer in the air or whatever.
So you do like beer?
No, sometimes that's all they have for free.
Oh yeah, Pabst
You
or
know?
High Life
Yeah.
or Old Style. It's always free at a venue.
When it's like beer, that's the type of shit like I'll drink and I'll spit it in the air because I was like, I'll waste it. It's not.
It sounds like
precious
you
to
don't
me.
have good beer. I gotta show you some. I gotta text you some
No,
good
I
beer.
can't. I can't
Good
have
beer.
that because I'm like I'm pre-diabetic.
Oh,
remember,
right.
so I can't.
Right. Well, wait. In like 10 years, we'll get you back on
Where
course.
was I going again with this?
What you'll
Jesus.
do, how you don't have much anxiety, or you'll have anxiety stage, you'll do different stuff.
Yeah, and then when I get off stage, and it's like I always have to like run to the green room and just like sort of collect myself for a second because it's like sometimes it could get like like overbearing with like people just like wanting to take pictures or like this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's weird because sometimes like I just like feel like, oh God, I can't be like in a crowded room or something. So I just have to like mentally prepare myself before I go out there. And then like I always like talk to myself and I'm just like, it's gonna be okay, like everyone's gonna be nice, or there's
Mm-hmm.
like I always have to like prepare myself because like I don't know like what's gonna happen when you're like out there, like in public. You don't know what's gonna happen, like if someone's gonna be like weird, or someone's gonna be like annoying, or someone's gonna be like, you know I don't know how to describe it. It's just like,
I understand.
yeah,
Intrusive, annoying,
yeah,
antagonistic,
and like,
asking too much, going
well,
too
that's,
far, wanting to
yeah,
hang out, putting their arms on you, whatever,
So,
take pictures, whatever.
and it's just like, it's part of the territory. You always have to like, be prepared for that. But it's just like that type of stuff like does give me anxiety. So like, but then when I do get out there, it's like, of course I get nervous. And then all of a sudden when I'm like talking to people, I'm just like, it's a reminder. I'm like, this is why I'm doing this, is because like these people come here to see you, and like they just like say the most like awesome shit, like, and I'm like, okay, like the fact that like these people are like, I've had people that came up to me that cried, which is like really weird. Like it's usually like women, because like they're just like super like touched or whatever, because they're just like, you're a fucking monster on stage, and they're just like, it's like an inspiration for me, or they always just like, it's so cute, or they're like, I showed my daughter your videos, and like, and so then like I'll like give my sticks to them or whatever. I always give my sticks to like kids, because I feel like,
That's
whatever.
cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
But it's like sometimes it pisses me off when like, dudes ask me, they're like, can I have a stick? And I'm like, I need this to work.
It costs money.
Yeah. I was like, or I'll give you a broken one or something.
Yeah.
So I'll like gather broken ones so I could give them to like the people or whatever. But like, yeah, like I'll like just always give my sticks to like, kids or like little girls, because they're always just like,
that could change their life forever. You
yeah,
can inspire
like,
them to be a drummer.
There's this like one, like in Germany, we played like for the past 2 years, we played like a double header. Like we'll play like a matinee, and then we'll play like an evening show. So
I thought
like,
you were gonna play East Germany, West Germany.
Huh?
This is a joke.
Oh,
You get it? East
there it
Germany.
goes again. I'm like, huh?
Communist joke. Here we go. Woo.
What was I gonna say?
Sorry.
There it goes again. My brain's like, huh?
World War
But
II
yeah,
jokes.
so like so then like the matinees for the kids, it's all ages and stuff. And so like what's like so cool about it is just like last year, 2024, like the kids have grown that came to the show in 2023. It was really weird. I'm just like, oh my God. I was just like, this kid was just like this, and now they're like that. And it was like really weird. And there was a few kids that I remember that like were just like so blown away by me, and they like brought the other stick that I gave them. So then I like gave them another. So I was just like, now you have a pair,
So
or
you
like,
kept the stick for the whole year.
yeah. And then they
Wow.
brought it, and then they wanted me to sign it. And so then I gave them like another one, and I signed it, and like, and that was like happening throughout tours where I'm just like giving my sticks to like kids, and I'm just like, dude, that's the reason why I want to fucking play, is because, more kids out there needs to be more inspired. So,
Yeah.
that's why I'm just like, oh, I don't want to just like be like, look at me, I'm sexy and I play the drums. It's like, no, I want to like show them like I'm a fucking beast,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you don't have to look pretty to play.
You gotta
I'm
do the
like,
thing.
yeah, like, oh my God. Like when I do get photos of me live, I look like a fucking like haggard monster. Like,
I think that should be
no,
hard on yourself.
I just like, I'm just,
You're
it's
being
because
hard on
like,
yourself.
well, no, it's because it's like, it's hard to photograph drummers. Like you
Yeah.
have to have really good lens, or like you have to like know the right moment. So like some photographers just like get blurry photos of me, and now I'm just like, now I look like a freaking Shrek because
I mean, they have to just
I'm in
change.
movement, you know?
For those who don't know, you just got to change your shutter speed to be much faster. So the fast moving you're doing just looks like a normal still.
Yeah,
So you just got to know what you're doing with the camera and have good lighting, and then you're good.
Well, you know, some of these like people are taking phone photography, you know, like.
Well, that's not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
You got to use an actual
So,
real
like-
camera to do that properly.
But yeah, like when I'm on stage, I'm like, I don't even give a shit what I look like. But I take that back because I don't want to like have like a weird drummer syndrome face where I'm just like, you know, or like, it's weird. Like I always like watch other drummers and I'm like, I can't do that. Like I gotta make sure I don't do that. So I trained myself to not make these funny faces. So I either chew gum or I just look like a bitch.
I love the funny faces. I love the faces musicians make. It's great. It means they're like feeling it. They're so lost that their faces make, like we were talking about earlier, the sex thing, full circle.
See,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're so lost, like you're not thinking
They're
about
like,
your face while
they're
you're
like,
having
I'm about
sex.
to come. Right? That's like, like when they're like,
I love how
you know?
like you had to say, even though that's what I was implying, by saying like sex. You know, when you have faces and sex,
Yeah.
you're like, like when it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was implying, but I guess
yeah,
you could
like
just,
on a Six solo, like they're making that weird face. Who was like John Mayer? God damn, he makes the ugliest faces.
you know the band Haim, Haim.
Yeah.
The three sisters. The bass player, is it Etsy? The bass player makes the craziest. I mean, I love her. She's awesome. But he makes the
Like
craziest.
what?
I'm not kidding. Like she's like being transferred into like an alien took over her body, and she's like turning into like a new thing. Like almost like the Men in Black, the original Men in Black.
Yeah.
The funny faces that the cockroach guy makes.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. She'll just be like,
Oh, I gotta look this shit up.
it's amazing. There's compilations everywhere about, but they're an awesome band, and she's a great bass player. I'm not coming at their music. I actually love it. She just makes amazing faces. It's like crazy faces, hysterical.
Oh
like
no,
they're probably
do I
like
have to work on that now?
No,
It's
because
gonna be so forced.
if you're good, who cares?
It's gonna be so forced.
If you're good and you're making cool music and you're doing art, who cares what your faces are? You're in the moment.
Well, I
expressing
cared
stuff.
so long that I trained myself not to make those faces, so now I can't go back. You know, everyone always, they're just like, you look so angry or focused. And I was like, I'm not focused. I'm having fun up there. I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
love how you had it. You did not want to make funny faces anymore. That's really funny that you like, train yourself.
I trained myself because
I never
I was
even
just
thought
like,
of that.
like, yeah, drummer syndrome face is a real thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just like, they look like they're, yeah. Or the puckering of the lips, yeah, I can't stand that.
I like it. I've
weird.
seen so much of it through the lens and the sessions that I'm like, it's normal to me. I think it's fun. I love the crazy faces people make. That's another thing I have to be careful
Like
of, not to have
like
that
Lars
be
from
the
Metallica. He's
yeah.
like,
I try
what
not
is he
to have that
singing?
be the thumbnail for the videos because sometimes the Google AI YouTube will like pick a thumbnail for your YouTube video you just
Yeah.
posted, and I try not to make them be funny faces because sometimes they just automatically pick a really funny face. There's one where I don't know. It's kind of a funny thought where it's just like it'll post ones of just making really funny faces, and I'm like, why is it picking? It's always picking ones where women have their mouths open. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't. I'm like, this is not going to look good.
do it on purpose.
It's not going to look good for them. I don't care. I don't want the woman who I don't know who just came into my studio.
Yeah.
The video I put on the internet for anyone to see that the mic's there and there's.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? It doesn't
yeah.
look. I know it's going on. It's capturing them in a
Who has
snapshot.
that? Who has that job?
But I always
behind
it's
the
AI.
computer?
It's AI. Oh, maybe it's not. So I always have to automatically go in and like fix the thumbnail that they choose because I'm like, I mean, it's fine, but like just a little. People are can take this and make some weird shit out of it because it's like
Yeah.
your mouth is fully open. They could put object. They could do
They
whatever they
could
want.
put like
It's
an
the internet.
eggplant on it.
It's the internet. You can do whatever you want. So I try not to like give fuel to the chaos. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You're a drummer. You play.
I'm not worried
you play
about
in
it
rock
anymore.
bands and punk bands and stuff. Who cares?
It's just like, well, that's the thing. I'm like at that age, or I think it's like been like 11 years that I've been playing drums now or something, or 11 or 12, that I just like don't give a shit anymore. You know,
That's the right
like,
mentality.
yeah, I just like don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I just like want to like play a good show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. I want to play a good show. I want to meet people. I want to appreciate them. You know, it's like, I don't give a shit if you don't buy our merch or anything. At least like you like appreciate us, you
Yeah.
know, and listen to our music and like spread the word,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But like, yeah, I'm just like, whatever. What you see is what you get.
You are who you are.
I am like, yeah.
Which is a great musician.
I'm a fingerboarder.
You're a fingerboarder,
drummer,
ex-skateboarder,
yeah, ex-McDonald's eater.
ex-McDonald's enthusiast. What was that drink? What was it called again? The Coke and wine? What was the name of that?
Cali Mucho.
Cali Mucho,
Yeah.
ex-Cali Mucho drinker.
Yeah.
That sounds
It's
horrible.
delish.
I could see the Frenchmen just being pissed. You stupid American.
Yeah.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
you American.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I love it. I had a great time in France. They love me there. I fit in perfectly with all my crazy patterns and stripes and outfits. They love that fashion. I realized I should have just been a Frenchman my whole life. I fit right. My girlfriend,
She
who
French?
I went with, she's not, but she speaks it. She has family there, but she's not French.
Fuck yeah.
But she always gives me crap about the stuff I'll wear out in public because I don't care. And she was like, "You're going to wear that stuff in France?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? The stripes came from France. Like, striped
Yeah.
clothes is from France, I
Yeah.
think. Like, anything French ever is always that." And so I wore all that stuff, and I fit right in. I
Yeah.
had zero issues.
You-
Fit right in. Even
you
my
know what?
mentality
You
and my
look-
personality.
You look French.
I look French?
Yeah.
I have zero French. I did 23andMe, no French. Or
You
German.
You look French though.
Probably because
Like if you like go there and I see you and I'm like, oh look at this French man, he's with his beard.
No, what I would get, because I get it all the time. It's like,
you
he's
know?
a Jewish Frenchman. He's Jewish French. I get Jewish a lot, so they'd say that.
Because of the beard.
The beard, my like neurotic, like fast, like ways.
Oh.
This is what I've been told by other Jewish people, by the way. And I've talked
I
about
could
this on
see
the
that.
podcast. I get it a lot.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even got invited to my first Hanukkah last week. That was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a great time. I learned so much I didn't know because I'm not Jewish, but
I love like. Right? Is it okay to say Jews?
I mean, I love all people.
I
don't
love
know.
all people, but I just like it's weird, and
I
I
love
think
how you asked that
Because
on the mic
Yeah.
with the.
so-
Is it okay if I? I think it's okay
I
if
was
you
like-
say you like a certain people because you probably like everyone. You just like maybe.
no, seriously, everyone. It's weird because like I'm like attracted to like Jewish women. Like
Hmm.
every time, like I'm attracted to like I dated like
So Eastern European people is what you're saying.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just like
That's what it is.
probably, but it's weird because I dated mainly like Latinas, you know, and
That's half of me.
I dated Latinas, but then it's weird because they're like they're like white passing.
Some of them.
Yeah, they
Depending
like
on which ones.
they all have like the curly hair.
Well, which ones you
pale skin.
dating?
Huh?
Which ones are you dating? That's the
The
problem.
one that like the ones that actually like have Jewish in them, or they just like
they have a big Jewish population.
or
in
they,
Mexico.
like,
They do.
you know
I
they just like
seen it when I was in Mexico City. I was like, whoa, I feel like I'm in America. Like I'm in New York. I feel like I'm
Oh.
either in Brooklyn or the north side of Chicago right now. It literally was a massive population of Hasidic Jews. Had no idea. Yeah.
well, I'm every person that I'm just like, oh, what are you? And they'll say that like, oh, I'm Jewish, and I'm just like, I'm literally just like I'm attracted to Jewish women, I guess. You know, like I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. It's like Jewish or like Italian women, you know.
So you're attracted
have, like,
again
a-
to the Eastern
yeah,
European,
I have
Southern
like a
Eastern
type,
European.
I guess, you know. But
Do you? Have you tried other things? Other people, other worlds, other.
yeah, absolutely.
So you see, it always goes back to the Eastern European Ashkenazi Jew.
What? I don't know. I guess.
Sounds like I'm your therapist now. Yeah.
And they're just like great people, and they're nice, and like you know.
A lot of suffering will do that to you.
Oh my God, no.
What? It's true. Eastern Europeans have been shat on forever. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything we don't know. It's in the
You know,
books.
that's true.
Talk to someone from that
I
region.
mean, I guess it's like that's.
See how much they smile. Talk to them.
I guess same thing about Filipinos. You know,
Oh, yeah.
we got shat on too, and that's why we are meant to be caretakers.
Mm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it's why Filipino people are so cool.
They're pretty cool.
I like Filipino people.
And the food is just great, man.
Food is good.
It's so fucking good.
Mm-hmm. Pork. Oh my God.
Yeah.
On Christmas Eve, my good friend Vinny, who's in my band, been best friends forever. His family's from the Philippines, and they do Filipino food for Christmas, and they have a Christmas party every year I go to.
A potluck.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's just trays of everything.
Yeah.
I don't know what's what. I just eat.
Do they
I just
have
eat
the
everything.
lechon?
I don't know. I don't know the names of everything. I just eat everything.
It's just like a full ass fucking pig with an apple in its mouth.
I've seen that before too. Yeah, I don't know. I eat everything. It's like I probably wouldn't eat human. That's probably about it. I probably would eat. My rule is if a culture eats it and it's been around and it's safe and they eat it,
yeah, you'll do it.
then I'll eat it.
Okay, cool.
Because
Yeah.
if they could do it, why can't they're just humans?
Yeah.
Breaking.
I mean,
I might not like it, but I'll try it and
Yeah.
find out if I like it or not on a spectrum from like would try again. Maybe mix it with something else. But there's certain things. I guess if I was like, they're like, okay, we're gonna eat like raw shark. I'd be like, I haven't heard anything good about shark. Do I really have to eat this right now? You know. But maybe I would
Yeah.
try it
See,
if I'm
that's
in
the-
that place.
you know, I love food, and like I'm willing to try anything, but you know, it's like really fucked up. I won't ever fucking eat a dog or like
I don't think I'd eat
or
a dog.
like reptiles or anything like that.
No. What about like alligator? You never had alligator? So good.
No.
If you're ever in like a New Orleans, Mississippi,
Oh, I
Alabama, Florida
tried.
thing,
I
have
just
some
like couldn't,
alligator.
and everyone's like, it tastes like chicken. I was like, I don't know. Or it's like, you know, I almost tried like frog legs or something, and I couldn't do it because I
Those
don't
are
like.
good too.
They're like slimy. I don't like the texture.
What about crickets?
I haven't tried it. Maybe I'll try it.
Pretty
You know
common in
what?
Mexico.
I was like talking about this with someone, like, and it just like made me so pissed off. It's like these, because I like watch a lot of like mukbang videos, you know?
Mukbang?
Yeah, it's like where it's like ASMR, you know, and like they have like a huge like amount of food in front of them, and they're just like eating in front of like a microphone or something.
What?
You don't know this? How do you not know this?
What? Because I got better things to do.
Anyways, it's just like
Wait. How do you? Why is this a thing? You can't just skip on this.
What?
Okay, so people sit there. Is this how I get famous?
mukbang.
Should I start eating on mic?
Yeah.
Because I can eat more food than anybody. I could freak people out.
I was doing these videos where I was like eating fried chicken, and like I was just like, I think people would be into this, you know?
Does it matter if you're a guy or girl?
No. A lot of the mukbangs are like Asian men, you know?
Why is this a thing?
I don't know.
What about it do you enjoy? Like what? Why?
the noise, and I just like it. The fact that they're just like enjoying food. Like I like watching people eat.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
You should watch me.
Because it brings me joy.
You should watch
I
me.
like.
It'll probably disturb you.
Nah, nothing. Nah, no way.
I could eat. I don't eat anybody.
As long as you don't chew with
Anybody
your
under the
mouth
table.
open, I like.
No, I'll have a whole conversation with my mouth open. I'll eat everything in front of us and talk, and you'll have no idea what just happened. You'll be like, you talked, ate all the food, drank all the alcohol, and
Yeah.
you're still okay, and you're right here. Like many foods later, like all the food later, it's gone.
Oh, I
and you
don't-
held the conversation. You
that's-
kept it going. You held up
See,
the conversation while
I
doing
gave
it.
you an idea. Now you need to do that on your next like episode, or we could like do another episode and we could do that.
Okay, we'll be eating.
It has to be something like with crunch, like what
Like
you
chicken
know, like
wings? Like a
Okay,
crispy chicken wing?
okay. So like yeah, once we're done, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But anyways, so because I follow a lot of these like mukbang like influencers, I get weird. I have like a weird algorithm. So then I have like all these like Asian accounts where like they're eating like exotic shit, and there's this one broad that was eating turtles, and it like really pissed me off. Why are you laughing?
You're so sad.
It's
You're
so
like,
sad.
Like your hair, like you like what your
I
hair.
know.
You're
It's
just
because I was like thinking about it, and I was like, oh
But
god.
what you're sad about is outrageous. Like you're like, I watch these videos of Asian people eating food. Like think what
Yeah.
year are we living in? Like that's what you could just do on the other side of the world for fun. And you're like into it. Like think about like and the
Yeah.
fact that you would get sad about something so obnoxious. Like We don't, like, none of that is necessary for anything of, like, survival, humans, mankind, procreation, safety. It's people who probably have enough time and money to just randomly eat food on mic like this and all those sounds to put on the internet
Or they
for
go like,
fun,
they're like
to make money.
like that. Yeah.
It's like a job. Like, it's bizarre. So the fact that you were so sad and, like, distraught about it is what was making me laugh, because it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, to be so sad about something that's, like, absolutely pointless. And, like no one's dying, no one's getting hurt. These aren't starving kids.
It's like this fucking broad eating
That's
turtles.
what I'm saying. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
And to get upset about it, it's just funny where human priorities can be sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Oh, God.
You're like, this turtle, this person.
It was just like these, like, like this fucking broad, like, was just like going near the water and it's like sped up, you know? And it was just like, doot, doot, doot. It's just like fucking catching these turtles, putting them in this fucking like basket. And then all of a sudden, she's like scrubbing them, cleaning them, and then putting them in like a fucking boiling wok. And she's putting all these spices, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, why am I watching this? This is so fucked up, you know?
Can't put it away, huh? Can't put it down.
It's so weird. It's just like, that's the thing. It's just like, this is actually pretty fucked up, but why am I watching it? You know what I'm saying? Like, or why are you doing this? You know, like, you're this, like...
It's just
like,
gazers.
you're, like, living
out
in the middle of nowhere, and you're just like, I'm just gonna set up this phone and record me, like, fucking torturing these turtles and eating them.
Morbid curiosity is what we all have.
Watch.
We have it. And gazers delay. Just like when someone crashes on the highway, even though it's off the side of the road, everyone stops because everyone can't stop looking out. It's morbid curiosity. Is someone dead? Do we see a body? They cover it up.
And then you pass that car and it's like...
Everyone flies. You're going 100 again. You're like, oh, we were all just staring at this thing.
Yeah.
That's my favorite time to speed. I love flying past, like, police when they can't get you because they're engaged doing something else. Everyone's like, slow down, cops. It's like, I'm going to go faster and give them the bird and say, fuck the police.
Yeah.
As I'm going past you at 100 miles an hour because I know you can't get me because you already pulled over somebody else. It's only on the highway. I won't do that on side roads. I love it. I love doing that kind of stuff. Like pure, I can do whatever I want and get away with this because no one could stop me.
Yeah.
While you're like taunting it in front of the law, it's the best.
You're like, yeah, eat this, pigs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or like walking around. I love walking around Chicago, just like smoking a joint. You're like, no one's gonna do anything, like at all. Like nothing will ever happen. I've done it. I've walked past police. They don't care at all. They don't care at all.
Like you can now. But
technically,
like,
you can't. Just like alcohol, you have to do it. You're supposed to be concealed or behind closed doors.
Like everyone's like, eh.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, no one gives a shit.
I mean, you got to be nice. Don't blow it into someone's face. You see kids walking past you, I hide it. Maybe go off to the side, like go around them.
See,
Not gonna be a
nice.
jerk.
Yeah, when I was like smoking, I used to do that too, like smoking cigarettes. Like when I'm like smoking and walking down the street, like I usually hide it when I'm like walking past like the elderly or like kids and stuff.
Just to be a little nice, generous.
See, I'm not like disrespectful or rude.
No,
like,
you're not the one smoking and doing it on the train now. The CTA train now is littered with cigarettes, blunts, joints, booze, coke. I mean, the list goes on.
I like pulled out a knife on like someone on the blue line, like I don't know, years ago, like over 10 years ago, because this guy was like smoking weed, like on the train, and there was like an older lady that was on the cart, and I was just like, what the fuck? There's just like grown ass men that's just like not doing anything or saying anything to this guy, and he was just like smoking, and he was just like fucking swearing up a storm and shit, like just, you know, being loud and like just being Chicago, you know?
Sure.
But then I'm just like, why are you smoking like with this older lady, like, you know, a few seats away from you. So I got so fucking pissed. I like asked him, I was like, hey, like you need to put that out, you know? And I'm just like this like tiny ass broad, you know, like just not giving a shit. Like just like, hey, I was like, you need to take this fucking put that out. Like you can't fucking do that shit here.
Yeah.
I was like really pissed because I'm just like, it's so disrespectful. Like, I don't give a shit. Smoke on the fucking train if there wasn't an older broad in
That's
here.
what 2 a.m.'s for. Everyone did it.
This was
Everyone
broad
does it.
daylight.
Yeah.
This is like me on my way to like work or something. And I just like flipped my shit. And he like got in my face and he started getting scary and violent. And like no one did anything. And I was just like, I pulled out my knife because I was just like, you need to fuck off right now. Like, I was like fucking pissed. So I pulled out my knife, and then he's like, oh shit. And then he like got off the fucking train.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, fucking some of the dudes were just like clapping, and they're like, you know. And then it pissed me off when they did that. And I was just like,
It's
I was
complicated.
like, thanks for fucking doing something.
It's complicated. I can give you some reasons as to why that probably happened. One, when a man gets involved, other men will not hold back. The guys are the ones that are going to get killed, not you. Because it's like men are allowed to do that to each other.
Yeah.
If a woman is going to say something...
I mean, this guy didn't hold back. He was
I know,
in my face.
but the fact that he didn't even hit you.
Yeah.
If I said something, he might have just hit me or tackled me or punched me. That you get a little more leeway because it's like...
Because I'm abroad.
Yeah, you're in society, and like men have been taught forever to not do that. So like, even if you want to do it, it's a reaction to not do it at first. Even if someone's like hurting you, it might take longer to fight back because of that. That's the first thing. Second thing is this: Chicago people can have guns, weapons, anything. You're gonna say something, all of a sudden they just shoot you because people keep getting shot on these trains. It does happen.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm gonna go up to someone now and say something like, "Taking up a gun," and I'm fucked. Like.
Yeah.
I could run and jump, but I'm kind of screwed. And guess who's more likely to get shot at? Another guy to another guy. Because most violence are men on men. Because, again, you have that social thing is like, well, it's just a guy. I can do whatever I want to. Nobody cares. It's just a guy. So it gets scary. You're like, do they have a gun? Are they just going to kill me?
Right.
I don't know. That's why I always say, like, when I walk with my girlfriend, I always tell her, it's more scary to walk around with you than it is by myself. Because now I know that they're going to go after me because I'm the one that has to protect you.
Yeah.
So I'm actually more screwed with you than I am alone. I actually have less safety with
some
you.
French Ricola?
Sure, I love the French. Oh my God. Guess what time it is?
Oh,
2 hours and 45.
We've been...
Should we end? Let's end it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We've been babbling away.
It's fun to chat
especially
with
me.
you.
Well, anyways, the next episode, we need to do a mukbang.
What should we eat?
Have you ever had Jollibee before?
What's that?
It's like this little, it's like the fucking Filipino McDonald's.
Oh my God.
It's like...
How about White Castle sandwiches?
It like crossed over. So it they have like a Jollibee franchise in the U.S. now because it was only in the Philippines and now it's like in the U.S.
I have a good idea.
No, we got to do something with Crunch because like Jollibee has like fried chicken.
I was going to say we should use some fried chicken.
Yeah.
We have to make it a little competitive so I could blow people's minds. Like 50 wings. I'd eat 50 wings in like 30 minutes.
Yeah. I mean,
something like that.
So yeah, if you watch these videos, it's like huge amount of foods. But like obviously it's like edited, so like it looks like they're eating it all, but I'm pretty sure they're just cutting it out when like it looks like they're eating it, but then they're tossing.
See, we wouldn't do that because I'm not disingenuous. I will eat all of it.
Fine.
And I'll eat it fast.
I'm down.
We don't have to have the video be long either.
Let me get my levels down.
Your levels down? What do you mean?
Because I'm pre-diabetic right now.
Oh, I thought you were just going to hang out and talk, like be one of the hosts within it while I...
No, we got to do this together, bro.
Oh, okay. Are we having a competition or just doing it?
No, we're gonna eat and we're just gonna talk about random shit.
Because I want to do two birds, one stone. I want to do the thing where you do it and people are like we hear the sounds and watch people eat, right?
We would have to whisper.
We can whisper.
Yeah, so we're like having this and then we're like...
You got to get close to the mic. Get closer.
Yeah.
You were too far.
Sorry, I just like, I can't, sit still. Okay. I'm always like,
So we're going to whisper, have a conversation, eat a bunch of food, and then the caveat of all of it is I will blow everyone's mind by how much food I ate and with no editing. Yeah. I used to do food competitions, and I never filmed.
Oh, you're a competitive eater?
Not anymore.
Oh,
but I can eat more than anybody I know. And everyone I know knows it, and people don't even like eating with me anymore, and everyone calls it out. Oh, Ben's coming, we got to get an extra pizza, that kind of stuff.
Whoa,
yeah.
I
Talk
just
about being fat
I just
phobic.
literally like you way more now because of that.
Oh, I can eat everything and anything. And I have the Mickey Mantle gene. You know about this?
No.
It's not real, but it's something I've learned about myself. Just things don't affect me the way they do normal people. It takes way more. Alcohol, marijuana, psilocybin, drug, anything. I need so much of it to affect me. Food is the same way.
Shit, if you ever do ayahuasca, oh my God.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've done mushrooms and took the same amount as everyone around me, and they were like gone, and I'm sitting there like,
All right,
That's it?
so you gotta promise me then. We're fucking doing
We're
this.
doing this.
We're doing this mukbang.
Doing it, and
You're not editing it. You're
no
gonna
edits.
just like
I don't edit
yeah.
this. I don't edit anything. No
if
edits.
If something seems like a little like weird, could you just take it out?
Sure. I don't know what that could be because I think nothing's weird. So that's why I don't edit anything.
All right, cool. As long as you think it's okay.
I don't think
then.
anything's weird. I also love just being what we've been talking about. The whole kind of overall theme of this 3-hour conversation is just being
I can't believe
genuine.
it's been 3 hours.
Yeah, being
That's so
honest, being
crazy.
genuine, being fair. So I try to do that with the art, with the thing, with the product. Don't lie, don't deceive. Yeah, the most I've ever done with edit is someone said someone's full name and they're like, hey, can you edit it out? I won't edit it out, I'll just bleep it out. I'll still leave in the time of like when you said it, just bleep, which that's only happened once. One time that happened, and it was an unnecessary beep, and it was very annoying for me to go do it. This was not a famous person, so who cares?
This is just funny.
I don't think you said anybody's name.
No, I didn't, but could you like bleep the band name out?
Sure.
Just do it, just to do it, because I think it would make the video so much better too.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Because they're gonna be like, "Ooh, spill the tea." What was the
I'm gonna try to
band?"
see if when it happened because I think you
I think
said
I
the
only
name.
said it once.
Oh no, you said it more than once.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay, bleep it out, because I want those comments to
Great.
be like.
Now I gotta listen to this whole
Sorry.
thing. Thanks a lot.
Actually, don't bleep it out. Maybe just bleep it out once and see if like people will catch on to it.
What if I just bleep something that is not worth bleeping, like the beep, like every time you said the or just beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep,
They're like,
and
what?
then beep, and then I went beep, and
Because
then
if you do beep out the, they'll be like, oh, it's not a band name. We're not talking about a band,
Mary Rose. Anything you want to promote before we go? The show at the Empty Bottle you mentioned. When is
Oh
that?
yeah. So Beverage and the Drinks is playing with No Men and Daisy Chain, February 15th.
That's a Saturday. That's the day after Valentine's Day.
Yep.
Which is a Friday.
Yeah, we did that on purpose. Actually,
That's awesome.
Just kidding, we didn't.
I'll have to take my fun date
Yeah.
on a fun romantic. Oh, such romantic bands to see.
Yeah,
They're not intense or crazy or wild at all.
You
Intimate
know,
and romantic and
all
somber.
the songs that like Josh sings about is about, gay love anyways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Shout out to Beverage and the Drinks, by the way. Love them. They played, I see right there, 2017 and 2018.
yeah.
And they did an
see that.
intimate evening show. I used to have it. They did a Halloween one, another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you need to like have another festival so I could play it this
I'm
time.
trying. We got to find funding.
right,
It's not even that much money. I just need money. Not much.
What are we gonna do? Like, should we do like a bikini car wash during the winter?
Yeah,
and see
that'll
how
work.
much money we could
That'll
raise.
work. Not for me, but
We'll
for
be
the
like-
ladies out there.
Jiggling our goods. That would make a lot of loot.
It's
Are
so
you
much.
kidding me?
Sometimes it's easier to talk about women with someone who also likes
I know
women
this
because
is. Oh
you
my
are
god!
very
Could you
different
cut,
thus
could
far.
you cut this out?
Why?
Oh my god!
Why?
Jesus. Jiggling our goods.
That's funny. You're a lady talking about other women. You can say whatever you want.
That's.
I mean, it's not.
Am I a lady?
You're not lying about what is happening with
I
when
know.
people do that. That's what's going on. We all know that's
I know.
why it works.
You want easy money? Well, let's do a bikini car wash.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this freaking festival together. What?
We do an OnlyFans where I eat all the stuff.
You can get a lot of like subscribers and money for that too.
Weird. It's just so weird. I couldn't sleep at night knowing I'm doing
to
it.
do that actually.
That's for me personally. I'm like, this is so takes no effort or skill. I can't do stuff that doesn't require skill or
if
effort.
we
It drives me
don't
nuts.
do an episode of that, I'm gonna be really sad.
We're gonna do one.
Okay.
Maybe
great.
after the show.
Yeah.
I'll go to your show. We'll have a good time, party, and then maybe a couple weeks later we'll do.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yes.
All right.
Fuck
Mary
yeah.
Rose,
Fried
thank you
chicken.
for coming
Thank
here.
you.
It was a
Thank you so
pleasure to meet you and
much.
chat with you. I appreciate your honesty. You're hilarious.
Thank you.
You're fun. Don't change anything. Keep doing you.
I'm nice. I'm not disrespectful
You're
and rude.
nice, but don't upset you.
Don't upset me.
Just be nice to you. And you were good.
No one wants to be on my shit list. There's actually no one on my shit list except for one person, but I'm not going to fucking name them again or mention them again. But anyways.
Well, it was great to have you. Thanks for being
Yeah, it
here.
was fun. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Check out Mary Rose's music, your Instagram would just be Mary Rose. How would you find it? Your Instagram.
I am Rose Beef 22.
Roast beef. Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I like
Rose
it.
Beef. Yeah, my stage name is Beef. Everyone calls me Beef now, so.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did you watch that show, Beef?
Yeah, but I didn't get it from that.
I didn't think you did, but I was just wondering if you saw it.
Oh yeah, it was fucking great.
I loved it. It was awesome. Love Allie one. Anyway,
All right, cheers.
I haven't seen someone do that in a while. Look at that. You definitely grew up in the 90s.
Right? Oh my god, I'm showing my age.
I'm showing mine too. It's all good. All right.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Ciao.